Hello, hello, hello. Wisconsin Mama, first one in. There you go, girl. There you go. First one tonight. Much love. Much love to you, sweetheart. Deborah Ann, PG, much love. Much love to you, Deborah Ann. God bless. She is number two. Cursed with Curiosity. Number three says much, much, much love. Purple Hearts for Summer. God bless you, hon. Absolutely. She is number three in there. Wisconsin Mama Deborah Ann and Cursed with Curiosity. God bless y'all. Fonda says, hey, PG and everyone. Hello to you, sweetheart. Hillbilly29, how are you doing tonight, love? He says, hello, PG and chat. Much love. Much love to you guys. Scorpion Queen says, hey, everyone. GTSY, PG. Good to see ya. And our awesome moms. Amen. Hallelujah. Absolutely. We got some awesome mods in here. Sunflower says, hey PG chat mods, much love to you, sweetheart. Much love to you. I plead the fifth. There you are, girl. I am blocked. Oh no, hun, you ain't blocked. I'm seeing you. You're in the chat. You're in the chat with us. KU, how you doing tonight, love? She says, hey PG, Wisconsin Mama, chat mods. Be home soon. Out with daughter. God bless. Much love to you, girl. Drive safe and take it care getting home. You got all the time in the world. Don't worry about it. Little Sissy says hello, big Sissy. Hey, little Sissy, how you doing tonight, hon? Judy says hello, PG and family. Hello to you, sweetie. Absolutely, Judy. Summer Wells, Purple Hearts. Amen. Yes, yes. Um, I'm feeling a lot better tonight, but have been feeling a lot better. But I ain't completely over what I had. I thought about actually taking the evening off, but I seen where a couple had ended up um found dead around the time of Kylie. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute, back it up. I need to come out here and get that news to the people, right? Um, so that's what I'm going to do tonight. But I still have Summer's pictures, still have Summer's song coming out. Summer's number one, 150% here. So she will be played out tonight. Absolutely played out. I also heard that Grandis on some farmland. I'm going to be checking more into that because just because she don't own it anymore does not mean that she doesn't know every inch of it and even areas that people would not be able to see, right? And she did go up to Wisconsin um, in a big hurry right after Summer came up missing. Um, so that's going to be something I will be looking into and bringing out here to everyone probably tomorrow night, God willing. Um, we'll be talking about that. So more news, right? More news coming out um, upon the wells and good old Grandis. So absolutely, we're going to discuss that for sure. I'm going to send out the link as I tell everyone. You're welcome upon panel to support Summer. Talk about her if you want. I know this case has been very, very stressful, and a lot of people, got a lot they'd like to say. Right here's the panel for you to say it upon. You are always welcome to take that link, come up on panel, and support Summer, support the channel. Actually come up and talk about whatever you want to talk about, right? Um, we all love one another here, family. So everyone's always welcome upon panel. This is our panel for Summer, and everyone's welcome. I know that we are covering Kylie right now. And I don't, some things, PG, don't know why I'm just led to do, and I'm led to do this, so I'm doing it. And I guess because, maybe it's because Summer needed someone early in her case and didn't have them, right, to keep her in the spotlight. And maybe, maybe we're being led for Kylie to keep her in the spotlight early and not let anything overshadow her like so many things did Summer. So maybe that's what the calling is here. I don't know, but I know we obviously got one because I'm here and we're talking about Kylie tonight. So, we don't ever know where God's going to lead us or put our feet, but one thing for sure, if we're there, there's purpose, right? There's purpose. So, all right. Hello, Red Road Homestead. How are you tonight? She says, hello, little sissy. That is so sweet. Absolutely. She says, hello, PG. Much love. Much love to you, girl. Absolutely. Wisconsin Mama says, little sissy at hello, girl. Much love. Little sissy, you're getting a lot of love in the chat tonight. God bless you. Wisconsin Mama, do you have brownies cooking tonight? Hell yeah, she got brownies cooking. She always got brownies cooking. I can smell them from here. She got some of that goody good brownies. Yes, I'm early tonight. How is everyone? Hello, Samantha. Much love to you, girl. Absolutely. I am doing good. Glad to see you, PG. God bless you, hon. Tammy, how you doing tonight, sweetheart? Amen. Thumbs up. Wisconsin mommy says Tammy feels. And maybe. She's laughing. Oh, Precious 35 says, please like, share, and subscribe. Amen. Yes, it helps Summer's channel. Absolutely helps Summer's channel. So, and it's free. So yes, absolutely, absolutely. That's awesome, and I so appreciate you putting that up there for me. God bless. Little sissy says, "I love you too. I love you all too. Much, much, much love." Oh, little sissy, you're so sweet. Sarah Lee, how are you doing tonight, sweetheart? She says, hello, hello, my beautiful friends. How are you doing, girl? God bless. Yeah, I had no idea that a couple, I'm going to pull it up. Here we go. This is the couple that was found dead, close to Tucky, close to Tucky, California, where Summer was found. The man was 36 years old. Due to injuries, they really wasn't able to identify him at first. So, but he was 36 years old, and the female, 29. The car was not visible from the highway. It seems like Kylie's car was in water. Their car was, also skid marked off the road. And both of them, the weird thing I found is the fact that they were both outside the car found dead. They were not in the car at all. They were found dead outside the car. So, and they're saying, authorities said they are not linking the cases together, but when they say they ain't, then that means they have took it into consideration and probably are, right? That's what I find. So I don't know, but Um, this is the first I've heard of this couple um, being found in the the same area and around the same time with somewhat of the same scenario going on, right? Car hidden, only their bodies were out of the car. Hers wasn't even in the driver's seat either. It was in the back of the car. So is there something going on up there? Do they have some, weirdo running around doing something crazy? I don't know. I have no idea. But I did want to bring it out here. I did want to share it with everyone, let everyone know that, you know, this is what's going on up there. This is Kylie. And I do believe that the other couple is the two cases connected. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. But but is it possible? Absolutely. It is possible. Um Anything's possible. Let's, let's see if we find any more people, any more things going on in that area over the next few weeks. I mean, if you have someone that's actually, if they have someone up there that's weird doing this stuff to people, because the tow truck driver did say that there was a man with Kylie, a really weird guy, and that Kylie was asking really weird questions like, what's the proper way to um, put on a seatbelt? And the night that she came up missing, I guess her car did stall. A tow truck was called out to restart it, and there was a man with her, wearing a black hat, a hoodie, had wavy hair. Kind of sounds like her boyfriend, to be honest. But there was also a guy at the party that kind of was dressed like that as well. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I do believe I have a picture of him. I will pull it up tomorrow night for everyone to see. I didn't put it in the content tonight, but I will bring that out tomorrow night as well. But yes, and that is the very tow truck driver that the boyfriend was talking about when he made the nasty comments to Avengers with Purpose on that we seen last night on here. So there's a lot going on, right? A lot going on with this case. Make sure you like, subscribe. God bless everyone. We are Team Summer. Absolutely, Samantha. God bless. Scorpion Queen says, Precious me, my sister, partner in crime. Judy says, hello, Wisconsin mama. Much love. Yeah, so anyway, the way it's looking is more than likely Kylie's case is foul play. But I think that, we need to follow the other couple's case as well and see where it goes. If it's foul play, what's going on there? I mean, no one is sure what's going on with that case as well, and it needs to be kept up with. Oh, Sunflower, 58, you're so welcome. God bless. I appreciate you helping out on the channel. Yes. I don't, Lisa, I don't watch I don't watch Benny that often. I did catch him on Ziggy's a few days ago. And that's pretty much the last I've seen Benny. Yeah, that's the last time I seen Benny. So, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Wisconsin Mama, I hope you are feeling better, sweetheart. She's the first one in here tonight, so she must not be feeling too bad, right? Oh, Wisconsin Mama says, Robin, yes, much better. God bless. We can't have you being sick, Wisconsin Mama. Especially when PG's getting blamed for giving it to you. I sent it to her in a package. She thought it was brownies. Fell for it, right? Lisa says, I see you, Wisconsin Mama. She says she's ready for those brownies now. Yeah, Wisconsin Mama cracks me up. I made a picture for Kylie. I stuck her up in heaven with Jesus in summer, right? I where she we all know she went, right? She's still a child. 16 is a child. Um, 16 years old, you still need so much guidance. Actually at 16 you really need guidance at that age, right? Absolutely. I mean, if you didn't ever need your parents before, you need them then. I don't think parents realize how much um how much teenagers need someone they can confide in, talk to. Um, you know, they really need someone, you know, an understanding person, an adult understanding person that they can tell things to, that can help steer them on the right path and keep them there. At that age, they think they know it all and they know nothing. And that's the problem. And they need someone with a lot of, you know, knowledge and helpful wisdom to guide them along. And at that age, believe it or not, you might not think they listen, but they listen to everything. Teenagers listen to everything. And that's why it's important to you know, instill knowledge and wisdom into them. Yeah, absolutely, Tammy. They do. Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful picture. And Kylie's watching over summer now, right? And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Uh, it is sad. It's sad. It's sad that we lose people on this earth, but you know, um, how's heaven going to get full if God don't take a few of us, right? Please join us on panel. All respectful opinions and decisions are welcome. Link is pinned to the top of our chat. Amen. God bless. Yeah. I'm just sitting up on panel all along talking to everybody, trying to keep up with the chat here. Yeah, I mean, they wasn't letting any, I mean, nobody seemed to be coming out with the fact that the other couple ended up dead in that car, right? Or actually not in the car, outside of the vehicle. And I think that should be, that needs to be looked into and dug into a little further, if you ask me. And also, um, Nevada County has taken over, but Pacer County, I'm going to be bringing out some stuff as well about the law enforcement up there. From my understandings, law enforcement's getting looked into. I heard that they had divers in that water and everything else, and they did not. They did not bring that to light. How did they miss a big car that was found 20 minutes after Avengers with Purpose showed up? I mean, if they could find something in my understandings, they found that car in like 10 minutes. And supposedly divers and everything else had been out there more than 3 times. And they're trying to, they're talking about equipment. And even the lady at the sheriff's department, well, the news station's trying to say Avengers had equipment that they didn't, but the lady at the news place was like, or at the police department, the Nevada police department, the lady there plainly stated that, which I'll play that out for you guys, maybe tomorrow, God willing, but she plainly stated that she would have to check, but she didn't feel that they had any less equipment than Avengers with Purpose. And not only that, but they also called Avengers with Purpose amateurs. Another news station said they're professionals. So, and you got the police department calling them amateurs and news station calling them professionals. I think they're pretty damn professional. They did what the police department didn't get done. And then the police department was also trying to sugarcoat it that the car was turned upside down, maybe why they didn't. No, maybe they found it and had a purpose for not wanting to recover it. I mean, I don't know. We had 300 to 400 children partying up there at that particular site. Quite often, from my understandings, up there, plenty of alcohol and illegal drugs. So, and who was supplying that? This is not looking good for that surrounding area at all, right? Absolutely not. Oh, the sheriff there is also the coroner too. Blue Eye said. Yeah, that would you know throw a monkey wrench in things, right? That would definitely throw a monkey wrench in things. I just don't understand why the right department was not handling it from the beginning. And even when they joined hands, and that's what they did, they still didn't seem to be kosher and exposing what needed to be exposed. I mean, I don't think that divers and everything could have went in that, because the vehicle wasn't that deep. I mean, it just wasn't that deep. It was able to be pulled out in like 10 minutes. It was not that deep. So if you had divers in there, I just don't see any way they could not have spotted a big ass vehicle like that. And that it's almost insane that they, that's insane. I'd have to say that they did. And for some reason, um, they wasn't wanting to expose it. I don't know. I did hear that that's all under investigation right now. By who? Probably, you know, TBIs and, or not TBI, but FBI and other law enforcement is, probably coming in on this to see what the hell is what's going on. They did say that they are all the information they gather that they're exposing to the family and not so much to the public as they are to the family. The family has all of a sudden became very important to them. Yes, exactly, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You could almost stand there and look down and see the vehicle, and how they missed it. That's insane. I mean, the only way you seem to be able to miss that was wanting to miss it, right? That's how you missed it. By turning a blind eye to it. That's how they missed it. And not only that, but also um, I'm going to play out um, where they said that um, they couldn't identify her body. So what? I mean, I know she was in the water for a couple weeks, but ice cold water inside of a vehicle. Are they? I mean, was they not able to? Because they had to do the autopsy to even identify who she was. What I'm saying is, you, she had tattoos, she had piercings, she had a lot of things that should have identified her immediately. So, what was why could they not identify her? Was she was it due to abuse prior to going into the water, or was it due to the water and the creatures under the sea, right? I don't know. That's a question as well, right? Yeah, I wish this summer could be found as well. Absolutely. It would have been, but I know she will be. We just got to keep them prayers going up. We got to keep them prayers going up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sarah Lee. You know, trigger warning. As morbid as it may sound, you would think her body would be pretty well preserved and intact. Exactly. And sounds like it wasn't. It, you know, so I don't know. Um, yeah, it was a tow truck driver, and yes, he did. The tow truck driver did see a man with her, and he said the man was driving the vehicle. So, I don't know. I don't know. Um, but he is a witness to um, getting the car start running again that night, and said that Kylie was asking some really weird questions. You know, it's too bad that he didn't. It's too bad that he didn't say, "Hey, I can't get this started. I'm going to have to give you guys, you know, a ride home her with her vehicle. Um, then, she might still be with us, right? But he didn't. He did get us started and they left again. But her vehicle was found, I mean, a thousand, like 1,000 feet or something. Like it wasn't very far from the party. I mean, it was so close to the party. Um, it's just crazy how close to the party the vehicle was found. And her phone binged in that area. It's the last place it binged was where the vehicle was found. Why was that vehicle not found? That's insane, right? Insane. And the coroner's report has already, Wisconsin Mom, the coroner's report has already come back that yes, it was her because they wasn't able to identify her. But I'm sure they was with forensics. I know that they run a lot of other tests and everything, and a lot of those tests are going to be 3 to 6 weeks out before we know a lot of the things. If law enforcement allows us to know it, I'm sure the news is going to stay on top of all of this. But how I mean, if they cover up a whole big car being in the water for over 2 weeks, not pulling it out, how do we really trust them to let us know the truth about what happened to this child? I don't know. I don't know. And you know we was just told the law enforcement there is actually a coroner and there as well. That just don't seem kosher. That doesn't seem kosher at all. I do think it's foul play. Absolutely. I didn't at first. I thought it was, a bunch of teenagers partying and one ran off into the water somehow on the way home. And I thought it was awesome that they found her. But then after, I don't know what led me into this case, I started listening a little more and getting a little deeper into it. And, you know, yeah, now I don't believe it was, you know, an accident. I do believe it fell play for sure. Due to the circumstances surrounding this case. Um, it don't sound kosher at all. For one, um, she was out there partying with way too many people older than her, and the girlfriend said that we have this girlfriend that hung around there the whole entire night, um, taking in exactly what Kylie was wearing, her phone, the color of her phone. I mean, just too much information. Um, what I'm saying is that's what haters do when they got their focus on you, really don't like you, but act like they do. Two-faced people, haters. That's what they do. They hang on your every word. They size you up in every aspect, in clothes, piercings, tattoo, everything. And I'm just saying that this particular friend, Sammy, ain't acting right, right? That's where I'm going with it. She just ain't acting right at all. And she said that, that Kylie was so messed up that she didn't want to ride with her, but yet she's going to leave her there to drive herself, right? Doesn't even ask her, did she want to ride home? Leave her, come back, get her car the next day. Um, Nothing. To supposedly be this such great friend. That's bullshit. I mean, in every aspects of the word. I call BS. Um, you have a mother that, went to sleep when her daughter wasn't even in the house yet, and that's crazy. And her daughter had a curfew. It's supposed to be supposedly 12:15. She wanted another 15 minutes. And 1:30 she still ain't there. No. I mean, if your child has a 12 o'clock curfew and it ain't home, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. If you know where they're at, you go get them, right? You put the slippers on, you walk through wherever they're at, even if it's a party, you pull up, you go up in there with your jammies on, and you grab a hold of them and drag them out. And then they're, grounded for like ever. They won't be going to another party. Not like that one. So, but mom ain't didn't see, and then mom seemed to be mad at people, but she was at a sushi bar at the time. Her daughter was being pulled out of the water and then got mad at everybody because, upset with everybody because she didn't feel notified. Well, that's just not the way a normal mom acts. Um, yeah, Sarah Lee, absolutely. I think there was some jealousy between Sammy and Kylie. Kylie was very young and highly advanced for her age, right? She was highly advanced in education for her age and graduated early and everything. And some people are jealous of that. Some people envy you. And I think there was some envy there. Absolutely. Quite a bit of envy, if you ask me. A true friend does. A true friend will not leave you. A true friend will make sure that you both safely get home. Absolutely. I mean, I know that people can get really nasty and I can drive and no. No. You need to talk them down. You need to, and a true friend is a designated driver anyway. I mean, I've went out with a lot of girlfriends and stuff, and don't I do not drink. I don't drink. I just went because, you know, I went for this socialization, not the alcohol or anything else. Just I like my girlfriends. I liked hanging out with them, and I didn't need alcohol and everything to have a good time, right? I mean, you don't need alcohol and everything to shoot pool. You don't need alcohol and everything to, sing and karaoke or dance. You don't need alcohol to do any of those things. You can have a really super good time um, without the alcohol for sure. And, but some people, they do drink, and it's great to have a designated driver to get everybody home safely and oneself home as well. So, yes. And I agree, and I also, you know, when you have a designated driver like that, we keep an eye on everyone. We keep an eye on who each person is talking with, hanging around with, if we need to go grab their arm and pull them aside and say, hey, you don't know this person. No, you're not leaving with them. You got to go home. You came with us, you're leaving with us. Get a phone number, get to know who you're talking to, and if you want to meet up later, great, but not meet up like this, right? Sometimes people need a little guidance to keep themselves, you know, in check and safe from harm. Um, it is what it is. When you're out partying, that's nowhere to meet somebody and walk off with them. If they want to, if they're really interested, then they can swap numbers and, you know, meet up when they're in the right mind and not vulnerable, right? In a public place somewhere, without all that kind of stuff going on. Right. A lot of people, some of Kylie's closest friends said that Sammy was not ever really Kylie's friend, and they don't understand why she was, hanging on her that whole night. I don't know. I mean, it definitely sounds shady to me. Um, but that might be because, it might be because I know people like that, dealt with people like that, and you know, pretty much can call most people's bullshit. So, I don't know. The real dad and the grandfather was there when they pulled her out, and no, they have not spoke out at all. Matter of fact, I hear that they're saying they want to be left alone. They don't want to talk with no one. Um, they're pretty hurt. They're pretty tore up. Um, I also heard that Avengers with Purpose, the one that seen her in the car, um, I heard it really messed him up as well. I guess he had to regain his composure after what he saw. So, um, there's a lot going on here. Yeah, it's too bad that Mags left her. Yes. She went to the party with her, and about 10 minutes in, she got out of there. Um, if you go to a party with someone, 10 minutes in, people start, walking away, you probably should walk away as well, right? I mean, I've showed up to some places and, bad vibes and left. Yes. It's just bad. You go there, you get the bad vibes, you need to leave. Some people just, maybe they don't get it, or maybe they just shake it off, and they want to party so much they shake it off and hang there, and that's not a good thing to do. If you go somewhere and you just, you know don't feel comfortable, get out of there immediately. Wisconsin Mama says, I am just listening. I haven't followed this case. Now, yeah, this case is something. It's definitely something, and you know, I mean, it ain't got as much going on in it as Summer's case, for sure. I mean, that's for sure. Summer's case has got a lot going on. I mean, Kylie's case is pretty much narrowed down to a handful of people, a handful. And law enforcement has a lot more information upon Kylie's case than they do Summer's case. For sure, they got more, you know, they got on this a lot faster especially once the Avengers with Purpose pulled Kylie from the water. They have really gotten onto this. They have really started digging into it because they know that, I think they know they got busted knowing that car was there and didn't pull it out. So, and people starting to wonder, what the hell's that about? I mean, why would law enforcement, what what is going on there? Is basically what people are starting to ask. What's going on in that aspect? Um, but a lot of people are questioning, you know, Ronnie Lawson too on Summer's case of as to why he wasn't doing more, you know, with the information he has as well. I mean, they've got a lot of incriminating um accusations and so forth in Summer's case. Like a lot of the stuff Jody Sue's been saying, it to not be pulling people in and doing what needs to be done, right? So I don't know. I don't know what's up with law enforcement. It's like, a lot of people get angry with PG because, I say, hey, law enforcement sucks. You know, it just don't, it doesn't do its job anymore, hardly. There's something going on. And people get upset, but you know what? I'm telling you the truth. Something ain't fucking right with these law enforcements. I'm sorry. I don't know if they're lazy. I don't know if they're, you know, um, just not educated enough or got enough backbone and ass. I don't know what's going on. I just feel that, law enforcement is more for criminals than they are for victims anymore. And that's weird. That just don't work for me. It don't work for me. Cuz they are supposed to be for we the people, not criminals. But, politics plays a whole lot in, in everything that's going on in this world. And we definitely know that's all corrupted, you know. So I don't know. They're for everything evil as well, right? That's what I'm trying to say. KE says I think they're lazy, period. Something's up, that's for sure. I think he was looking to get that. I think the boyfriend man knew where she was on Samantha Williams. Yeah, he was trying to take a news crew to Nevada to look for her. I think I think somehow he knew where she was. I think he was looking to lead the news crew for the because she had a big reward fund. I think he got up to like I want to say 100,000, but I'm pretty sure it reached 75,000 at one point. So she had a pretty good reward fund hiking up for her, right? April says 100%. So yeah, and and basically, that's where she was found. That was in Nevada's jurisdiction for sure. So, that's oh, I appreciate that, KU. God bless. Uh, I owe all these pictures to everyone in the chat that supports Summer's channel. Um, you guys help me pay for the apps and everything that I need to be able to get this done. So, thumbs up to all of you. Yeah, just the way the children live. That's neglect. They needed to be punished. They could maybe got Candace to talk. The detectives play the game. Oh, Dawn is talking first one to talk gets deal. Um, that's well, I don't early on I think Dawn could have gotten, immunity if he would have talked. But I don't think they need him to talk anymore. I think they pretty much collected enough information um to settle this case today if they wanted to. But I don't think it's going to be done today. And even the departments up there in Nevada that's on, the Kylie case is talking about how they didn't have the manpower, the funding, and all the bullshit. Politics plays a whole lot in these missing people, right? And these missing humans. Politics play a big part. when a case blows up like this, they all of a sudden, the police departments start looking for funding. Um, and I think that's why they delay or do a lot of things too, is to to cry wolf that we don't have, I mean, they had plenty of fucking manpower. They was in that water 3 different times, and you can't tell me you're going to miss a big ass car that you could almost see from standing on the bank and looking down. That's bullshit. Something ain't fucking right here for sure, But most people ain't going to want to call it out because a lot of people are afraid, to. This is America. We should be allowed freedom of speech, right? We're allowed to say whatever we want to say. We're allowed to say whatever we want to say, and people's got to start um, realizing that you do have that freedom, and you need to start speaking out and quit letting people put us in corners, right? Making us feel like, oh, are we going to get in trouble, this or that, or being afraid? No, the only thing to be afraid of is not doing what's right in the eyes of God Almighty, because He's going to be your judge in the end, and that's what you better be scared of. Nothing more, nothing less. Would you like to become a member of Team Summer? We would love to have you. God bless and much love. All Precious 35. Thank you. You put the link out. Absolutely. They certainly deserve it. They have almost 3-year waiting list. I heard that. Um, they're putting everything out up upon the Kylie case. Yes, absolutely putting everything out upon Kylie. The news station today called her Callie instead of Kylie and had to correct it. Avengers with purpose, I'm telling you, they are awesome. They are absolutely awesome. I agree with them being awesome. And I hope nothing ever deters them from helping other people. I mean, I hope nothing ever deters them from, from doing what they do. God bless them. God bless. And we can't afford to allow people to get ugly with them because they're doing a fantastic job of finding so many missing people. And they don't care about law enforcement. What they care about is the victims, and they do everything they can to get it done, right? And God bless that. I am all for it. I back them 155%. And I hope they keep doing what they do because they are really great at it. Yes, Samantha, I totally agree. They should search the Wells property because that's the one place. Candace said you could search any effing where you want, but you ain't searching our property, right? Nobody's coming on this property. So, and that tells me that property needs searched and it needs gone over with a fine tooth comb. And why law enforcement ain't doing it and haven't ever really done it, I don't know. I can't answer those questions. But what I can say is we, the people, need to make, we need to get stiffer laws in this country when it comes to missing children. What I'm saying is, if a child comes up missing, that wherever it came up missing from needs to be roped off. All people need to be off the property, and it needs to become a crime scene until that child is found, right? Or the property has been extensively searched, ensure that the child or no evidence is upon that property before they allow anyone to come back upon it, right? That's what I'm talking about. Um, Avengers with Purpose did ask to go in and search the waters around Summers area, and law enforcement inside law enforcement contacted them and let them know that Summer is not in any water. So that tells me that law enforcement knows pretty much where Summer is, right? If they know she's not in the water, then they got a damn good idea where she did go. So, like I said, they've got a lot more than we know about. And that's, I thumbs up to them on that. And I'm sure that, I know that politics is playing a big thing in this, uh, also with the manpower and the tools and all the bullshit. And I think after November, you're going to see something come down in the Wells case. I also believe that they're letting Donald get through with, you know, this before they whack him with something else. And I'm sure that, they're going to get it. We got to just be patient, right? That's what we got to do. So we got to be patient. And it's hard to do being so long. I know it's hard to do, but it is what it is. And, I know that, we're going to hang in there until summer is brought home and justice is served, right? And I don't know if I can't say if she'll be brought home, but I do know justice is going to get served for what happened to her because law enforcement has too much information and they already know that, pretty much know it's foul play and pretty much who done it. And we're definitely going to see something. We're going to see some backlash going on pretty soon. Um, on this case, I'm so shocked that we ain't already saw something, but it takes time. It takes time. If you look at any case, it usually takes, it usually takes a couple of years for everything to get together and people to start getting prosecuted. Um, in all of these cases, it's they just now getting to, you know, um, the mother that, down there in Tennessee that stuck her baby in that barn and did what she done. So, you know, what I'm saying is they know what they're doing and law enforcement knows what they're doing. They will get it done. There was no miscommunication because, no, um, because they wanted to search the water for Summer, and they were searching the water, for Kylie and found the car and pulled her out. Um, they searched the water for humans and cars and everything else, and law enforcement knows that. All law enforcement know what Avengers with Purpose does. Yes, I don't think that law enforcement is, you know, um, equipped enough for anything, to be honest with you. Hello, Miss Daisy.
Hello, Prayer Garden. How
Miss
you
Daisy,
doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, love?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay. I just decided to come up here and talk with you a minute.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, sweetheart.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about Kylie.
Kylie?
Um, there was another couple that came up missing. Um, I'll pull it up for you. This
Okay.
couple right here came up missing
Uh-huh.
around the same time she did. Their car was found
Uh-huh.
off the road, and hidden, and they
Mm-hmm.
were outside the car dead.
Wow, I didn't know that. I know they found them, but I didn't know they were outside of the car. That's
Yeah,
weird, ain't it?
they found them outside the vehicle, both of them dead.
Wow.
Um, yeah, and they're trying to say that they're not connecting it with, Kylie's case, but I think they are, or they wouldn't have mentioned it, right?
Well, yeah, there was something about there was the PI posted something about that there was connections outside of Prosser, and
Right.
he didn't mention it. He
And they
did.
said, authorities said they are not linking the case together. Well, yeah, when they say they're not, they usually are.
Well, the,
Um, or they wouldn't have mentioned it at all, right?
right, and it's just same thing with like the Gabby Patino. There were several people missing in that case, just like
Exactly.
this, that didn't go viral. But
Mm-hmm.
but those two girls that were murdered, but her mother even slipped up and said that there was a girl that looked just like Gabby, that they had to identify Gabby first because there was a girl that looked like her out there that they had to make sure it wasn't her that was missing.
Exactly. And the funny thing is that did you know they couldn't identify Kylie's body as well? I mean, she was in ice cold water inside of a vehicle.
Yeah,
I would think she would be completely intact, right? But they had to
yeah.
do they couldn't they had to do an autopsy to
Oh
say
yeah,
yes, it was her. And
yeah.
that tells me, was she like brutal, brutal, brutally abused, or you know
Well,
was it indeed because of of the creatures and stuff under the sea maybe got to her?
well. Now
I don't know.
the guy from Adventures from Purpose said that her body was intact because he went on 10 to Life. I played that tonight on my live.
Mm-hmm.
But he said she had shoes on. I think it was maybe socks. I'm not sure. He did confirm she had shoes, but he would not confirm she had clothes on. And she was found in the
Oh,
very back of the hatch, like the very, very back, not in the back seat, but in the hatch part of
as
the
if she had
car.
been put in a trunk.
Yeah. And if you
Yeah.
think about it, like a lot of people now, like,
Well,
go ahead.
what do you think about the tow truck driver that said he started the car and she had that man with her? Black
Well,
hat, the hoodie on, curly hair. I mean, it was practically describing her boyfriend. But there's a
oh,
picture
if you
at
go,
the party with a guy behind her
well,
that
I
fits that
played
description.
Well, what I played in, what I have, I wished I could send it to you, but I'm on my phone. My computer's dead. But the PI actually says that Kylie was not single, that there was another male involved that was not Jaggered, and there was friction that night. And if you go back to AWP's interview, he gets a message saying that there was an altercation between Kylie and another girl, and he beeps out her name. And that's when
Oh.
everybody took off. So was they fighting over another guy? And something went wrong. Um,
And could that other girl have been Sammy?
well, yeah, that's what everybody seems to think because she had bruises on her arm.
Yes. That's what I was just getting ready to say. She was bruised up, I heard.
Yeah, I showed it on my live over there that she had a bruise on her arm, and people were saying she had scratches on her leg. Um, but the PI he gives a lot away, and Adventures of Purpose as well, because they show actually him finding, and the guy comes up out of the water and he's like, "This is suspicious." He was like, "Call the law
Mhm.
enforcement now." So
Right.
he's seen something that he did not like at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And,
Hmm.
for her, and the tow truck driver said the man was driving her vehicle, not her.
Yeah,
And he said that she was asking a bunch of weird questions. Did you hear that?
yeah. She kept asking him to put her how to snap up her seatbelt.
Right.
Why would you ask that? And they slipped out on the Zav girl because the guy from Adventures with Purpose was on there, and he slipped out that he thought there was some suspicion about the two people, indicated almost like it wasn't Kylie, like it was somebody else. And then he said the other one's identification has been confirmed, and I think it was the boy Jagger. In my opinion, I think it was Jagger and maybe another girl, and they were trying to distract. I don't know. I could be wrong, but if you go back and
Something.
listen,
What Jagger was suspicious when he came out and attacked Avengers of Purpose, calling them clout chasers, and
Oh
he
yeah.
also came out and said, you know, that they needed to leave him the f alone, that they and give him time to get over this, and and
Yeah.
then some other stuff he was saying. I mean, he's getting really
I
just
read about it.
out of he's getting out of control with all of this for sure.
Well,
Yes.
I think it was either Zap Girl or Ten to Life that Jared said that it was the second person's identity was confirmed. So I'm assuming it was the male. But
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
hmm he also said the girl acted very skittish from him, and like they would switch seats each side. They would keep switching. They would never be around each other. That's weird, ain't it? That's so
Yeah.
weird.
This whole thing is, this whole thing is weird. I mean, I found it weird that the mother didn't put on her slippers and go get her daughter when she wasn't at home. Just laid down and slept like a baby that night, from my understandings. She's at a sushi bar when they're pulling her daughter out of the water.
Oh, really?
And the stepdad was trying to shut her up when she was talking, started to talk about the party and the friends. He didn't, he intervened on everything. um a
Oh,
lot of this just ain't making no damn sense. And not only that,
no.
but they had law enforcement. I mean, and they had been out there in that lake more than 3 times with divers, and they didn't see that. They would have saw that big fucking vehicle that you could almost see from standing on the
Oh,
land.
yeah. Well,
you
the
know
PI.
and
Well, the
they're being
PI.
investigated now. Law
Yeah.
enforcement's
Well,
being, because nobody can believe they didn't find that car, right?
right. The PI even found it with his drone after he went back and looked at his drone footage from the day before they found it.
Right.
Um, he found it after that. He went back at his drone, and it was you could see it on his drone footage.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is, I think a blind eye was getting turned on this vehicle for
possibly.
some reason. And you got 300 or 400 kids up there. I heard it as much
And
as
wealthy
400.
kids.
Yeah,
Yep.
and out of all of them kids, there definitely had to be law enforcement and higher ups and everything else involved, right? I heard that Sammy's dad's an attorney, so
Her,
you
her,
got some very influential people in this, right?
well, I think her mom's an attorney and her dad's a PI.
There you go.
Yep. And they're all wealthy. Even Kylie was wealthy. There was a lot of wealth there. And the PI slips out that Kylie thought that, when she had those meetings with the teens without no adult supervision,
Right.
evidently they had some kind of investigators there that she didn't know
Um,
about.
that's Sammy. And
Yes, Sammy.
Sammy was
Sammy.
asking for those for anyone at the party to talk to her and not police. Did you
Mm-hmm.
hear?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And she
That's
made,
weird.
well, the PI slipped it out. He took it off, but I have it. He slipped it out that Sammy was making promises and stuff that she's going to get caught up in. He said he couldn't say no more, but evidently they had somebody undercover there at the meetings with her, and she was not allegedly doing some shady stuff. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
know exactly; he wouldn't tell, but
Right.
she's going to get caught in it.
Yeah.
And I think it was just to find out what they knew, what they seen that night. If they seen them find.
Exactly. What they seen was what she wants to know is,
Hmm.
did they see her criminal activity and all of that night, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And she also wanted to come out, and remind all the kids that they don't want their parents knowing
Hmm.
exactly the bullshit they were doing. That's
Hmm.
why they need to keep their mouth shut, right?
Hmm. Yeah, because
I
she said
mean,
friendly fights. What? There ain't no such thing as a friendly fight.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I have seen where, you know, I've been to a lot of parties, and
Hmm.
yes, they do have what they call horseplay, where you know they act like they're boxing it out or something, and laugh about it, or they do some arm wrestling, or some silliness,
Yeah.
some of the guys, but and that's horseplay.
Yeah.
But friendly fighting, as in, you know, people knocking people down, no, how should no, no. If you see that, it ain't
Absolutely.
friendly.
Absolutely. Well, whatever it was, the fight, according to what AWP said on their video, that someone sent them a message that Kylie and another girl got into a fight. It broke out, and then all the people took off and left.
Right, right. And the thing is um that was, that's not a little bit of tussling. That was a real fight. That was a real drag
Mhm.
out, knock down, smack around, carry
Mhm.
on fight. And I'm thinking, with Sammy having the bruises and scratches and everything, it's very possible she was the other girl, right?
Right. Well.
And then they said that they saw a Honda chasing a young lady down the road topless,
Mm.
and found the top, and they tried to say it didn't belong to Kylie, but well, Kylie seemed to be borrowing a lot of clothes that evening, right? She borrowed a hoodie from someone. She was wearing a bodysuit. It's a very good possibility that she could have spilled something on it or something, and you know
You
put
know
on a
what?
different top, a cami top or something. Nobody knows what was going on there.
Well, I take that back now that I listened to it. I remember him saying from AWP that she had a light gray hoodie on. So she could have took it off and put that light gray hoodie. Because when he found her, I remember him saying it now that she had a light gray hoodie. But that's not
Right.
what was said from the beginning. There was two different kind of hoodies that were said.
The
Why is
pink
she
one, the pink and white, and then the
the
one with
dark
the
gray?
writing all over it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she was not naked, allegedly. Yeah. So, but
Right.
there is rumor of a guy named Nate that Sammy dated that Kylie was seeing. A lot of people are saying that, but I don't know if that's true or not. All I know is the PI said there was some friction that night with a guy, and that that it was not Jagger.
Oh, Karen A said, PG, Kylie was seeing a guy named Nate.
Mhm.
He was an ex of Sammy and
Mhm.
also the sheriff's son.
Mhm.
Oh, well, that's might be why the vehicle wasn't spotted,
Oh.
almost at the top of the water.
Mhm.
There we go. And they are upset about Avengers of Purpose because um, law enforcement said amateurs, called them amateurs. The
Mhm.
news called them professionals,
Mhm.
but law enforcement's calling them amateurs, right?
Right. That's not right.
And
They.
and, well, we need to reform our law enforcement in America. If these people, if Avengers with Purpose are amateurs, because if fucking amateurs are getting done what law enforcement can't, right?
Right.
So
And
if they're amateurs, what the hell is law enforcement?
you know that EquiSearch is waiting for the go ahead from Hawkins County to call them back on Summers' case. They're ready to come back. It's Hawkins County that don't want them back. That's the problem, allegedly. But they've said it so many times. Dave Radar said that they're ready to come back and search for Summer. So why are these? Why are they attacking these people that could possibly? They have the tools. They have the money, like the guy from AWP said, if we need something, we don't have to get approval. We go out and buy it because that's what people donate for.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm. And well, Avengers with Purpose wanted to come and look for Summer, and inside law enforcement had already let them know that she is not in the water. They told them that Summer is not in the water, and you know what? That gives us hope, don't it? That gives
Yeah.
us great hope that if they know she's not in the water, Miss Daisy, then they got a damn good idea where she
Where
went,
she's
right?
at. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So, and I really think something's going to come down pretty soon on Summer's case.
I hope
And
so.
I do too. I
I
pray
do
all the time
too.
for this little girl,
You know,
and
I was in Kingsport the other day, just because I go up there quite a bit, and I was looking at those mountains and how bigger they are from where I'm at, and they're just so huge. And she could just be anywhere there, just anywhere, because the mountains are just like right where the closer you get to Kingsport, the higher the mountains. You're going into the Virginia mountains, so it's really big. They're really big, and I was thinking about her the other day when I went up there, and like,
Right.
where is she? She could just be anywhere, you know.
Tennessee is beautiful. It is.
It is.
It is a beautiful, beautiful place.
It is.
And I mean, when you come, when you hit the Tennessee line,
Mhm.
when you first hit the line, it's like a brightness that doesn't go away
Yeah.
to the next line, right?
Right. Right.
I mean, it's just like it's so full of light there.
It is. It is. Now, I don't
Amazing.
care for Kingsport as much as where, I live closer to Pigeon Forge and it's more rolling mountains. But Kingsport, you're going into the deep, deep mountains. And I'm not a big fan of Kingsport.
Right. Right. Well, Kingsport Kingsport also um you know gives you that watch it gives you that watch your back feeling,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
know what I mean.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, it absolutely gives you that, no matter where you're at there. You
Yes.
get that, I need to be looking around feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's just not a kosher, you know,
Mm-mm.
feeling for people to have. But you
No,
do get it very strong in that area.
you do. You really do. There's a lot of rough. I was noticing that the other day. There's a lot of rough looking people in that area.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of rough people in that area. There's a lot of drugs. I mean, there's a lot. One of my friends who was a nurse, his daughter worked in Kingsport, and she stopped there in Gate City at a gas station, and this man came out and started following her. Well, she had a gun. She was packing, but she called her daddy. She was only like in her 20s, and this guy followed her. But luckily, the people at the gas station seen him following her and called the law, and they finally pulled him over. And he was like a pervert, like a child pervert.
Wow.
Yeah, but luckily she was loaded. So if he would have tried anything with the girl, she was young. She would have probably shot him. But still,
I know. Amen.
but he had
Amen.
intentions. Yep.
Right. And um, it's too bad she didn't get to take him out of this world, right?
I
They
know.
there ain't, no room in this world for these type of people. I mean,
Mhm.
we at some point are going to have to, at some point we are going to have to um make a facility to do away with, with this kind of humans in this world, right?
Yeah.
We're going to
Her
have
garden.
to.
I'll be honest with you. It's so big and it's so deep that only God can intervene in it, because it goes up as high as the Hollywood elites and the rich elites with the when it goes to the human trafficking
Oh,
thing.
it's in our government and everything else.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I
only
mean,
God,
you're right. It's so widespread and
hmm
disgusting, right? It's just
It
absolutely
is.
fucking disgusting. You have all of these people, these evil people in this world that
Mm-hmm.
don't care if they fuck up another human's life to
Right.
please one's own, perverted, sick needs, right?
Yep.
They're
Yep.
mentally fucked up selves.
Yep.
And yes, that's very disgusting.
It's horrific, per garden. It goes deeper than any sickness you could ever think of.
Yeah, well, people, most, unless, until it hits home, no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to address it. No one wants to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, Miss Daisy.
Yep.
People are not willing to band together. It shouldn't have to hit your home. You should just know that it might, and that's enough for you to stand up and stop it, right?
Yes. Absolutely. I agree.
That that's what it is, and people just today are not thinking logically any longer.
Yes.
We all split up in these little groups like our government wants to do to people, split you up because um divided you cannot stand. You cannot
Yes.
do much of nothing. So that's why they want to split everybody up in these little groups instead of us be united.
And
And
silence us.
and that way they can take everybody's fucking rights instead of somebody's.
Right.
Well, we need to quit this shit. We need to understand that we are being manipulated by
Mhm.
people that think they are way more intelligent than we are, and we
Mhm.
need to show them that no, you fucking ain't. We
Yep.
are united, and we will stay united, and you're not taking nobody's rights
Absolutely.
because we're the ones that don't care what anyone's doing, just so we can live together as one and care about one another, right?
Right. Well, with the drugs getting so bad, the epidemic, these parents are literally selling their children for drugs.
Right? Yeah.
And they don't care. The drug is more important than that child. And
Mhm.
that's why they are pushing it on these people. I mean, there's zombies. There's actually cities where people are literally like zombies. Like there's this one YouTuber that goes to a place called Kingston and he videotapes the streets and they're walking around like zombies on drugs so bad the homeless people is. It's horrific. Have
Yes.
you ever seen anybody really bad on meth before, Prayer Garden, where they can't
Um.
control their
Ab-
body?
Absolutely, Miss Daisy. I've seen it all. I've seen the houses. I've seen the houses they make it in. I've seen the people that come out of it. I've actually seen the places places that have blowed up from 'em being in there
Yeah.
making it.
Oh
Eh,
yeah.
it's a sight. It's a sight in the sores all
Hmm.
over these people, and I mean,
Yeah.
I have watched, beautiful, beautiful young
Yep.
girls just absolutely. I mean, you see a picture before and you're sitting there staring at them and you say,
Yep.
"My God, hun, what happened to you?" Right?
Hmm.
I
Yep.
mean, why you my God, if I looked in the mirror and seen the before picture, nothing in the world could have ever got me to do anything to destroy that, to
Right.
turn into what I was looking at that particular moment. But
Yep.
there what can you do? I mean, people don't value their temple anymore. They don't value who they are. They don't value, you know,
That's right.
the righteous things any longer. And that's what's destroying, the world and our young people that's supposed to be the future are going to hell, right?
Right. And they're making sure of it too. And
Yes.
you know, Prayer Garden, when I had that COVID, I knew there was an evil presence behind that virus. I could feel it. That virus was not made, or that virus was not something they just come up on. That was a man-made virus, in
Oh
my
yeah.
opinion,
Laboratory for sure.
and it
Absolutely.
was very evil, in my opinion.
It is evil.
It about killed me. I was in the hospital with it, and
Oh damn.
I was on a CPAP machine.
I
Um,
think I think that's what me and my children might have went through here recently,
yeah.
and I'm not even back to 100%. I mean,
Oh no, you'll be
I'm
weak for a
pretty.
long time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a month before we get back to 100% normal. But
Yeah.
you know, that was some wicked shit, right?
Yeah, evil. You can sense it.
I
I was
mean,
so angry when I had it. I was so angry at first, and then after it was over, I was like feeling like a blah, feeling like an unsettledness, and I had to go
mm-hmm.
pray and ask God to take that away from me because
Amen.
it was like a depression, like a numbness. I can't explain it.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know what we had, but you ran a fever. you got this headache,
Mhm.
body
Oh yeah.
aches, legs. I mean, your freaking legs hurt so damn bad.
Oh yeah.
Um, and you're puking. I don't want to go through all the body functions that you
Yeah.
go through with that shit, but
Yep.
it was. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what it was, but it was wicked. I'm telling you, it was really, and you were dizzy as hell,
Yep.
just dizzy as hell, like crazy dizzy, right?
Yes. And
And
we.
and just wanted to sleep all the fucking time.
Yep.
You didn't want to eat. I mean, it was you get hungry, but then by the time you got something to eat, you was just too fucking tired to eat it. It
Or
was
nauseous.
horrible.
Now the second time I had it, which was a few weeks ago, wasn't as bad. It was bad, but the first time about took me out. I mean, it.
Yeah.
I had it twice. But yeah, my hair fell out both
Wow.
times. Yeah. And I have friends that still hasn't got their hair back from it.
My
Um,
God.
yeah. So it just affects people differently. Um,
It'd be great if it fell off your legs and under your arms, right?
well, I know my hair had fell out of my head. I don't know the rest of it, but the part that I didn't like the most was the feeling of unsettledness there in the anger that I had from it. I can't explain it. It's just evil. I think that's
Oh, it
the
was.
devil.
It
Um,
was. It was. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you what, man. I've thrown him out of my house, and I hope to God he stays there, right?
mhm.
I
Yep.
rebuke that shit in the name of Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
ma'am. Rebuke that spirit of infirmity. That's what it is, a spirit of infirmity.
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Forget it.
Mhm.
No. I'm gonna
Yep.
tell you that was bad stuff, Miss Daisy. Bad.
Yeah. But the thing is what are they going to do next? Are they doing population control? I mean, are they going to come up with something else that's going to hurt us? It's scary to think about, you
They
know?
took out. They took out all of our old people for sure.
It did. Oh, it
And
did. And
and
young.
I think that was due to save on Social Security, right?
Yep. Yep.
Um, what a dirty
Diabetics.
fucking move.
There's a lot of people that was affected. Diabetics were affected horribly. They were the ones that usually lost their lives.
Yes.
Because I worked in the hospital during that time, and a lot of people that were Hispanic or diabetics, they got it the worst. They got it the worst. And
I KU. I'm sorry, Miss Daisy. KU.
okay,
Yes, I was talking about the missing people in Kentucky, and so close to where Kylie had disappeared. And yes, they were found outside their vehicle, dead. Also, um, so does it have? Is it related? I don't know, but it should be taken in consideration, right?
you know what got me the most, and I hope y'all nobody don't come at me over this, but it seemed like when Ryan Upchurch started getting hot and heavy on her case, Kylie's automatically found that they find her car. I don't know. It almost was like they didn't want him to get a, but he still is in the case pretty
Oh,
strong. But
he was trying to say that the parents were just trying to get money. Um, was just that Kylie didn't exist, and then he said that the parents were just going to GoFundMe, that none of this was real. I don't know. Upchurch was on some conspiracy thing, wasn't
he
he?
was, but
He's
I
just
think he's kind of
crazy,
come around a little bit from since he's talked to Jared from
right?
AWG. I think he's kind of come around a little bit on that, and I think he just found a lot of suspicious stuff and kind of went from there. But I think he's kind of leaned up a little bit on it, and it's more like it's a homicide. I really think it's a homicide, in my opinion. Do you
Right.
think it is, Per Gordon?
I do. I do. I think I absolutely positively think that it is foul play, just like Summer. I do.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do too.
And it's so sad because, you know, this beautiful girl, just a beautiful girl. we got another beautiful missing human off
Oh,
this earth now, right?
yeah.
And that is just that is just heart wrenching, right? It's
Yes,
heart
it
wrenching
is.
to lose to lose anyone. I mean, to lose anyone is heart wrenching, but to lose, our young people, the people that have every right to their life and a future, that's
Hmm.
fucked up.
Yeah. But the sad thing is poor little baby Summer, she couldn't help herself.
No,
She was
no,
a victim from the
you
beginning.
know, me and you and adult humans,
Hmm.
we have a chance, you know, we have a chance, we stand a chance against the wells of evil in the world
Hmm.
because we have the ability to, pack guns and to do what needs to be done when
Hmm.
these people come our way, right? But
Hmm.
these children, these children are vulnerable. Any child 18 and under is vulnerable. And our laws today are making it 21 and under because they're making it to where, unless you're 21 or older, you can't you can't pack, you can't, do a lot of things that is necessary to keep yourself safe.
Right.
So 21 and under is very vulnerable to all the evilness in this world. And
Right.
evilness is going after it, and we need to start doing something to about it, right?
Yeah.
We it's our job
Yep.
to protect these, to protect not just our children but every child in this world. We
Yes.
need to stand up and start protecting these children. We
Hmm.
need to make sure that the laws get stiffer. We need to make sure that we turn the table to where the law is for the victims and not the criminals anymore.
Yep.
That's why we have jails and correction centers and all of these places. It's so for them evil bastards to be put in when the law goes down on them, right? When the law comes down on their
Yes.
ass, that's where they need to go.
Yep.
And our court systems need to get more stiffer as well by
Yep.
making sure they get this trash off the streets so no one else has to deal with it.
I just don't understand why there hasn't been arrest for something. The things that Jody Sue has said, the things that Candace has said, the things that Candace has done. I
I
mean,
know, right?
I don't understand it, Prayer Gordon,
I
why
know.
they've not
I
been nothing.
I can't answer that. I promise you, I wish I could answer this for you, but I
Hmm.
don't have any idea as well because
It's crazy.
anybody else, Miss Daisy, any honey, let me tell you something. If you or your old man said something like that about one another, your butts would be being questioned.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
No doubt.
absolutely.
Yep.
And why they're getting away with it, I have no idea. You know, just like that car wasn't found. Something just ain't fucking right, right?
Yeah, with the Kylie case. Is that what you're
Mm-hmm.
talking
And
about? Yeah.
something ain't right in Summer's case as well,
No.
as
No.
where law enforcement's concerned. I mean, either law enforcement knows a hell of a lot more than we know,
Yep.
or else, what I'm saying, or
It's a good old boy system.
or like the car in the water, they're turning a blind fucking eye, right?
Yeah.
For
Yep.
some oddball reason.
Yep. Unless they're getting ready to do something on that case and they just want to hold out on Summers. But I don't believe they'll ever find baby Summer. Do you, Per Garden? Do you
You
think
know
they'll find her?
something, Miss Daisy? I
Hmm.
I truly I truly believe in God, and I truly
Hmm.
believe that whatever we ask in faith, and we truly believe, it always says where there's two or more gathered, whatever they ask, He'll be in the midst, and
Hmm.
whatever so they agree upon shall be done and answered. And
Hmm.
I have agreed with the people here many times that Summer be found and brought home and justice gotten for her. I don't really care about justice, but I do care about her being found and brought home
Yeah.
And I know that I'm not the only one agreeing,
Oh
and I
no.
know that she will be found at some point, but that's on God's time.
Yes.
But I'm going to be honest. I think justice is going to come before summer. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on God. I mean,
Yeah.
we think we control things, but we control nothing. God controls all things. The
Absolutely.
only thing we have is free will to make the right or wrong choice in
Hmm.
this life, and then that's going to determine whether we have eternal life or not. Right?
Right. Right.
So, and that's really, you know, how I feel with that. But I'm not sure. I mean, I hope we find her. I hope we find her first and get justice. But you know, justice may come before we find her. You
Yeah.
know that they may have to. Law enforcement may have to get justice first
Hmm.
because we definitely know something bad happened, right?
Yep. We do.
And someone needs to pay the price. And we also know that law enforcement, like they said, if they know she's not in the water, then they must know where pretty much she is and what
Hmm.
happened. So, right there's telling us that something's going to come about pretty soon.
Yeah. And I believe Candace Bly is the key to it all.
Amen. Yeah,
She
amen.
knows. She
Absolutely.
knows.
I mean, this, you know, she fell off the face of the earth, right?
Hmm.
She fell off the face of the earth, and a mother with a missing child that didn't do nothing don't fall off the face of the earth. A
No
mother
way.
really, a mother with a missing child that didn't do nothing is out here supporting her damn child, hell or high water, regardless of what the fuck people think. She don't give a damn.
Right.
She's going to do what needs to be done to get her daughter home,
Yep.
and and justice for whatever happened. And this woman's hiding like the fucking suspect that she is, right?
Yes.
Suspects always hide in the closet, and
Yep.
Candace is hiding in the closet right now.
She knows exactly. In my opinion, she knows exactly where Baby Summer is.
Oh, absolutely. Like she said, you know, I played out last night where she said that she's going to focus on her and the boys. That
Yep.
at summer, the summer's no longer with them. She needs to focus on the boys. I played out where she said that she hates to say it, but she has to put Summer on a back burner for the
Yep.
boys.
Yep.
And I mean, she told us, and then she said, you know, she's focusing on her and the boys, and Summer will always be with her, no matter what people say.
Yep.
So, you know, how many other ways could she tell us that she
That
knows what
Summer's gone.
happened and that Summer's gone?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
I
And if
mean, that is full of midness right there, right?
it tells it all right there what she said that time. And then, she got on your panel with Benny and said that Jody Sue was down there at the bottom of the hill at 4:30. Remember when she said that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, she got on Ernie's and lied. I caught her, and she told Ernie Jody Sue was never down there at that bottom of that hill. That she don't know how she heard a scream because she wasn't there. And then I was like, now I know better than that because I just heard her on prayer garden saying that Jody Sue was down there and she didn't know why she was down there. So I played
Ex-
both clips on my show to show that
exact.
she's the liar, a
Mm-hmm.
pathological liar.
There you go. Absolutely. And that's exactly what um Candace and Jody Sue.
Yep.
Both of them women, you can't, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think she did come out of there around 4:30. I think that's the first time she came out of the I don't think it was really 4:30. I think it was more like 4:45. She
Uh
came
huh.
out the first time. And I think that's because whatever went down already went down.
Yep. That
And
is right.
and she was hauling ass with Summer. And that's when she left her phone on the back of Donald's truck so it wouldn't ping nowhere but her house. But she couldn't leave it in the house due to the boys. And if Don called or something, um, she didn't want the boys looking for her because she was going to be gone, right?
Right. I didn't know she did that. Wow.
Yeah, she went out twice. And then
Mm.
she went out again later as if she was looking for Summer when she was putting on the big show,
Yeah.
uh, calling police and everything.
Yep.
So, yeah, she came out twice, and they told her that too. The, I know for a fact the police told her that. And
Wow.
she said, because me and Donald both asked her right about the same time, both of us, we could have connected pinky fingers and made a wish, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we both at the same exact time practically said, "And what did you say?" She said, "I told him that I ain't under arrest. I'm gonna fucking leave in here, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I only came out one fucking time." Yeah,
Oh, she's
that's what she
so
said.
evil.
Yep,
She's
and
so evil.
right, and then you know, I'm not gonna lie. Everybody started singing the song. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Mm-hmm.
They thought it was funny.
They
They
did.
thought it was funny. Was laughing about it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
that's
look at the mess they were. I mean, I went back and played the Molly Golightly ordeal where he said, "I got 7 alibis and Candace has got none." She's
yeah,
going down.
absolutely.
That right
And I'm
there is
gonna,
admitting that he know what was going on.
mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you something, Miss Daisy. He was. I know Donald. I knew him very, very, very well.
You
I
did.
know Donald, and I'm gonna tell you, Donald is pretty. I gotta say one thing about Donald. He's pretty level-headed. It takes a hell of a lot to get to Donald. A
Mm-hmm.
lot. I mean, he has his moods, but most of the like 99.9% of the time, Donald's pretty r- laid back, easy going kind of human being.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna let you know that particular when he made that statement, Donald was pissed at her, and
Yes, it was.
he was basically what Donald was saying to her. It's bitch, shut the fuck up. We know
Yep.
who's at fault, and you need to shut up right now. You're getting on my nerves. I'm done with your shit. Back up,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm about to say something you ain't gonna like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she was jealous of Starlink and was calling Starlink a
Mm-hmm.
whore.
And I'm gonna tell you, Donald really, he really, over the course of, since Summer came up missing, Donald has broken down many times. I can tell everyone that
Mm-hmm.
Donald has broken down many times. I mean, look at pictures. His eyes are red. I mean, they're just the
Yeah.
tears burned the hell out of this man's eyes.
Yeah.
Candace, not once. Not
Nope.
once. That bitch fake cried, but not
She
once.
cried over Jenna. She bawled her eyes out over Jenna.
Oh yeah. Oh, because she loved, you know, having someone support her. I mean, that's the one thing I can say about Jenna is Jenna is super good
She is. I
about
like Jenna.
trying to support someone, right? She's super
Mm-hmm.
good in
She is.
being that shoulder that a human can cry on.
Yep.
And Candace really was sucking that shoulder up,
Yep.
you know, and to the point that she hated to lose it, She hated to lose, you know, Jenna's support
Yep.
because she was able to, and when she lost Jenna, she felt also, she lost an attacker for herself as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she had Jenna fully brainwashed to, to hate and attack people like the Wells like to do. They
Mm-hmm.
love to, have people that are willing to 100%, do their dirty deeds.
Yep.
And, and you'd be surprised at how many humans will do that for you. You know,
Yeah.
um, I don't know why, but they do. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I
Me
wouldn't go
neither.
attack someone unless I had damn good reason to do it. I mean, what I'm
Right.
saying is,
Yeah.
I'm going to look at both sides before I do anything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, I got people's backs. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Um, I'm like that friend to death. But yeah, I mean, if I feel you're trying to talk me into doing something to a good person, I'm not going to fucking do it.
Right. Right.
That ain't happening.
Right. Well, let
And pretty much you ain't going to be my friend no more because it's not something I would ask you to do, and it's something I will not tolerate to be asked to do, right?
right. Right. Let me ask you something. When you go back and listen to that interview of them fighting, he keeps going on and on and on about grandma and how he would kill her if he thought she had something to do with Summer. But he kept saying it, didn't he? Did
Right.
you think that was odd?
um no, I mean, you got to be in my head right now
Uh-huh.
with the, because see, what you don't understand is me and Donald talked a lot. Me and
You
Candace
did.
talked a lot. I mean, I did talk with Grandis
Hmm.
once or twice. I was hearing Grandis all the time because in the background when Grandis ran off, she was always on some type of device listening to every fucking thing wherever we were, you know?
Really?
Yes, absolutely she was. That's no
Wow.
lie. I promise you, it's the truth.
Wow.
But I was talking to him constantly. And Donald, I mean, he fucking, I had to calm him down on her a few times. I mean, he hates her. He
I think so.
totally and utterly freaking hates that woman.
I think she hates him too. I think they both hate each other.
I mean, if I was Grandis, I wouldn't
Mhm.
have parked my vehicle that close to the edge.
No way. I wouldn't have either.
Because how many tell you, Donald, he, if he could have got any more pissed than he was, he might have rolled her trailer off of there, you know?
I know. He all he would have had to done is get in his vehicle and push it. It would have went
you
up down that mountain.
you do know he went out and unplugged her electric, right? And took it in the house?
No, I did not know that.
He did. He got so pissed at her, he went out there and unhooked her electric and took it in the house.
She seems very sneaky.
He's mean as hell, man, when he wants
Yeah,
to be.
yeah.
She pissed him off.
Grandma seems really sneaky and conniving. But I don't know if that's true, but that's just how I see her.
Um,
Manipulative, game player like Candace, likes to play games.
yeah. He, well, you know, Grandis don't Grandis don't play the games as much as them as Donald and Candace did,
Hmm.
but Grandma more Grandma was more she was more there for the children than she was for Don and Candace.
Yeah,
She was there more for, well, one, because she sold this farmland, or she owned some things. She got a lawyer and ended up selling, had him sell everything, gave her the extra money. That's how she got the trailer and everything, and moved up there with Candace, and was living off of her social security, and and what little money that she had, and mainly, helping with the children. I mean, I think she put up and tolerated a hell of a lot
yeah,
just to make sure her grandkids were halfway being taken care of. I
yeah,
mean, but she couldn't, I think she started to realize, you know, she had some control, but I think she realized that when Dom was around, she didn't have as much control that was needed to keep them children safe and healthy and happy, right?
yeah, yeah,
So, but I do believe that, do I believe that Grandis would cover up an accident, or something that couldn't bring Summer back? Yes. absolutely,
Yep.
because she feels why lose everything, why lose everything, um, when it ain't going to do nothing about the situation that's already went down, right?
Yep. Yep.
And I think
Um.
that's how that same position Donald got stuck in. But I
Hmm.
agree with you 100% um, when it comes to Candace being the main culprit in it all.
Yeah. She.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt that she knows what happened to that baby that day. There's just too
Yes.
many inconsistencies with her story, and just so much cold heartedness. And then after, we've all seen the evil side of Candace. We've all seen it, and we've heard about it, and just I just think that I think Grandma covered for her. I think something happened bad to Summer that day, and Grandma covered.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I
I
don't
made
know.
this picture for her.
Oh,
Ain't that
that's
beautiful?
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where she's probably is.
Oh,
Her grave.
absolutely. Absolutely. Um, 423 Chase got arrested today, Sunflower. Wow. I
Ah,
didn't know that.
wow.
Yeah. We'll have to update on that one, right? Do you
Yeah.
know what for? Do you know why? Yeah. Summer's running around in her jammies with Jesus, right?
Yes.
She was so beautiful, Miss Daisy.
Oh yeah. I
So
have a picture
beautiful.
of JonBenet Ramsey and Summer, and I think Summer's prettier than JonBenet, even though JonBenet was all dressed up. Summer's got that natural beauty to her.
She
She didn't
did.
have to be.
She did. They were both just living little dolls,
They
weren't they?
was. They were
They both were
absolutely.
living little dolls. I think
Mhm.
John Bonet looked a lot like Summer,
Oh yeah.
when she was just in her natural child form.
Mhm.
She a whole lot like Summer.
Summer.
And
Yeah.
it's such a damn shame that children have to be abused like that, right?
Mhm. Yep.
I mean, that's just sickening. Um,
Yes.
you know, I followed the Ramsey case. I followed that Ramsey case um pretty much from day one as well.
Mhm.
And um and I always thought that it was the Santa Claus. I mean, even to now, I still think, you know, because he said she told a friend, a little girlfriend of hers, that Santa promised to make a secret, to come see her, make a
Mhm.
secret visit to her.
Yep.
And and he was all over that house because they had the party, and it was actually John Bonet that took him a tour of that home.
Mm.
And she even took him into her parents' bedroom because he
Oh.
yes, because Patsy kept a Bible open, and he even knew um even took time and to to view and remember what passage was in her Bible opened in her bedroom.
Wow. I didn't
Yeah,
know
he
that.
did.
See, I got the
And
creeps from him too. First thing, I thought it was him.
I think it was, and he also made an airy fucking statement before he died that that there was other there was two other that John Bonet gave him a little bottle of like fairy dust, Christmas dust,
Mhm.
um at the Christmas party for Christmas. And he wanted to be buried with that little bottle of dust that
Oh
she had
my
gave him.
gosh,
Yeah,
that's
how weird was
creepy.
that? But he also
Yeah,
made a statement that um he held her and two others dear to his heart.
that's
Yeah.
kind of creepy. Wonder who he's
Mhm.
talking about.
Um, two other little girls. And did you
Mm.
know that his daughter his daughter went to school? She had a little girlfriend with her, and one day her his daughter always is hanging around with this one little girl, and his daughter wasn't supposed to, but she walked home with the little girl. And when they got into the little girl's house, they got attacked. And the um the little girl, the friend the of his daughters, went in and got attacked. And then the his daughter walks in and screams, and when the attacker seen that her and seen her scream, he ran out.
Oh wow.
And and I often thought it was him that was
Her
there
dad.
attack. Yeah, it was. And when he seen that his own
Ah.
daughter that wasn't supposed to be there showed up with the little girl,
Mm-hmm.
he ran away, because
Wow.
any other attacker would have attacked them both. They were just little girls.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. You're right.
that right there says a lot about the case, right?
Yeah. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
They was a
Absolutely.
right, there's a lot in that that sure pointed the finger straight at him. And not only that, but there was a guy that worked at a junkyard that said that he went there that night with that Santa, and he ended up dead.
What?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yes, he ended up dead. So they couldn't,
Mm.
go any further with that statement or anything, because they no longer had him as a witness.
That's weird, ain't it? How
And
that
not
worked
only
out.
that, but it also pointed towards Santa due to the fact that he had had heart surgery prior. You know, I mean,
Hmm.
he was back to par and everything, but he had had heart surgery. So that would also, you know, um, and she would definitely get up out of bed without screaming.
Yeah.
She would definitely get out of bed for Santa without screaming
Yes.
if she knew him. And
Yes.
she would go back down the stairs with him. She would, and believe everything that he says, because,
Hmm.
the parents allowed her around him.
Right.
And not only that, but when you have heart surgery, you being a nurse, you know that they give you a certain kind of shoe that to wear, because for your feet and stuff after heart surgery.
Yeah.
They're like sports shoes or something.
Mhm.
And that's the type of footprint that was found in the basement also by the window was that type
Wow.
of shoe. So, everything was pointing at him being the culprit and all of that,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Right from the beginning, I had that feeling he was creepy.
Oh yeah, he was creepy. He was definitely fucking creepy.
Now, I do want to tell you what I found out, but I don't know how true it is because it is John Walsh's daughter, Megan Walsh. Um, she said that. Well, I've heard from just watching YouTube that Sean Bonet's daddy was on the Epstein's list, right?
Right.
So people have sent me pictures of that G Maxwell, his girlfriend there at the pageants with Sean Bonet.
Right.
But now John Walsh's daughter was on a live and said that Sean Bonet was very abused and that it was a traffic gone wrong and that he when he used the thing to twist on her neck that it went too far and that's what happened. That's what Megan Walsh said. I don't know how true it is or not, but that's what she said. But it does look like Maxine got that Gaswell Maxine or whatever in the pictures there with Sean
Um,
Bonet.
she, you mean, she was saying that John Bonet's own dad did that to her.
I don't know if her dad, but she said she talked like she was being trafficked out. They were trafficking her.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 5 minutes. I mean, due to the fact that John Bonet's dad ran a great big corporation.
Hmm.
He was very powerful, very rich. Patsy was a former pageant queen of herself. They had homes all over the place. That
Yeah.
happened to just be a vacation home there, and they from where they really lived.
Yeah.
And you know, no, they were like a role model family. He and they had already went through a lot of heartbreak because he had already lost one of his daughters in an accident. John did, by the
Hmm.
previous marriage, and no, absolutely not.
Well,
Um,
I didn't know for sure. I know that when I listened to the 911 call, I
right,
heard Patsy, yell out to Jesus, and that got me. That
right.
got me in that.
I don't. Patsy and John both passed a lie detector test, both of them.
Mhm.
And, they tried to talk to her, and she told them, I didn't do anything to my child. You take your
Right.
ass and you go back to the fucking drawing board. I mean,
You did.
no, I do not believe that, this this mother did anything to her child um at all. I don't think John did anything to JonBenet. I think they loved their children. And
Well,
I
he's
think
still
that
looking for her
some
to this
sick
day.
bastard, I think that they felt too safe in that area that they were in. They felt too rich, too powerful, too safe in that home. They didn't set the alarm system. And,
Mhm.
and some creep had already got in there and was
Mhm.
waiting. I think whoever did that to JonBenet was already in the home, in the basement, waiting. And not only that, but that Santa Claus was an ex-professor, and he had access to their writing tablet. He had access, and if he's already in the house waiting for them to get home from the party to execute what he's going to do,
Mhm.
then I mean, far as I know, he could have gotten a hold of keys that day that some that JonBenet was giving him the tour of the house, right? I mean, he
Right.
got a
Oh
shot
yeah.
at the Bible and everything else, and he definitely knew where everything was kept because he had done been on a big tour of their whole home with their daughter, even into the
Right.
basement. So,
Yeah.
um, he
That's
made
scary.
sure he knew every inch of the house and what bedroom that baby was sleeping in and where the parents' bedroom was. So and the brothers. So he
Mhm.
felt quite comfortable, you know, knowing everything before he went in there. And yes, he would sit. It sounds like something that man would write. That
He
note
gives
sounded.
you he gives you the David Dotson vibes, don't he?
Yes, yeah, yeah, absolutely, and more to me like Tim Mullins.
Yeah.
More to me like Tim Mullins. That Tim Mullins a real fucking little weirdo.
Yeah. A
Something
lot of
about
people
him I
think.
don't like. I mean, I don't like because when he's out with his little camera and he was doing his little walks talking about summer,
Mhm.
I took note that on different occasions, it wasn't just because I followed him around like Jody Sue for a while.
Mhm.
And, just enough to, I like to know what I'm dealing with when I'm dealing with humans.
Mhm.
And I took note that this man was a very big zoom in, but zoom in on isolated areas where there possibly could be something he's looking for. That's weird.
That's
I
very weird.
mean, and I seen him do it on more than one occasion. He did it to a boat that was isolated down on a dock, really zooming in to something struck his interest because
Mhm.
he zoomed in on it two or three times. I took note, and there was people down there. Um, and then he was somewhere else, and I took note that he zoomed in. He flashed on a community on one side that was, like a lot of houses together type thing, but
Mhm.
he didn't. And then he went to the other side, which was now there's a more isolated, kind of like the Wells type um, place over there.
Mhm.
And I took note that the other community he didn't go back to, but that one he did, and then he zooms right in onto the windows, and I'm like, what
Mm.
the fuck, So
Yeah.
he does look for isolated. um isolated places that possibly he can come back later or something. I don't know. He's fucking
Yeah.
just weird.
Yeah, he is. I met him that one day, and I thought, well, he's weird. But do you think he
Mm.
has a lot of pull? Because prayer garden, when I was up there that day,
He got into the police's car,
and well, no, he went
left
in.
with law enforcement, didn't he? Or no, not law enforcement. He left with the news station, right?
No, he is part of the news station.
Oh, he's part of it.
Yeah, he got in a news car and left.
Um, I think that he's got any pull or anything. Um,
Well, it's like this. When we was up
I don't
there,
know.
Robin Lane had the control of the whole park there where we were at,
Right.
right? They wouldn't let us use the balloons that me and Jinkies got in a big argument about. She came up and told Jinkies that we couldn't use the balloons. And that's what started it all. And then, like, they had the sheriff's department there and all that. Well, if you go back on Jinkies Live and watch the whole ceremony, in that, I knew that the sheriff's department and that whole group there the people, the cops and all of them were just really tight, in my opinion, there. And Tim Mullins and all of them. That's just my opinion. But if you listen to them, they say, we know that they've told the same story and they're innocent and they've been attacked. Talking about at this last prayer vigil, this last thing, that 1 year anniversary of summer, they were still in there saying that Don Candace is innocent. If you go back on Jinky's thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, what in the world? Are these people that naive?
No, they're not. No, they're not. But if they don't see, what you don't understand is if they don't say that, then they
Hmm.
feel that they ain't going to be able to go around Candace no more. They
Hmm.
ain't going to be able to, um, be on the inside.
Right.
And
Uh-huh.
and and I mean, I don't think one
I
person
don't.
in this whole world with any common sense whatsoever. I mean, you would have to be in a world of your fucking own to not see who's guilty in Summer's case, right?
Well, the way they talk, they think that they was innocent. I mean,
They're
the
so full of
church
shit,
people did, but and I
right?
think with Robin Lane, I met her. She's very nice,
Well, Robin
but
don't have to tell me anything because I know for a
hmm
fact that most of the members turned their backs on Don and Candace,
oh,
except Robin, really, and the preacher.
hmm
And I also know that even Robin's own husband told her he didn't want his daughter anywhere near them people.
I don't
Period.
blame
And
him.
don't have him or have his child around him again.
I don't
So,
blame him. I just think Robin's very naive. I don't. I think that she. I think that she's never been raised around bad people before. Like she
mm-hmm.
grew up in a church, and that she's just naive when it comes to people. I don't think she has anything to do with it. Now David Dawson, I don't know about him, but I don't. I just think that she's just very naive. What I've took of it, I don't know when it comes to the church and stuff.
Wow. And that church is really weird. That church was started and founded and 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 funded and
Hmm.
focused on this woman. I mean, they try to give this woman more credit than they give God and Jesus Christ, right? I
Yeah,
mean, it's fucking weird.
yeah.
So, I don't partake in any shit like that at all. Because my Bible tells me that women are supposed to keep their mouth shut in church and ask their husband if they have any questions when they get home, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And how if a woman's supposed to keep her mouth shut in the church and ask her husband or someone else when she gets home, or wait for God to just bring her the answer somehow, which He will, um, then how is a woman going to how's a woman going to be the founder of anything? when it comes to a church.
Yeah.
That just, and why are they worshiping this woman more than they seem to be worshiping God and Jesus Christ? I mean, why are they giving her more credit than the Lord himself? That I
Yeah.
don't understand that kind of trash.
Yeah.
And and Donald don't either. I mean, Donald don't really partake in that stuff as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was going there, but I don't know why he was going there because he thinks it's all bullshit too. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that because I talked with him about that particular stuff, and even the other church, him and Candace was only showing up to it um, because Candace had this great hope that the money and everything they made is going to donate to, you know, um, the family or to a fund for summer that the family might be able to get a hold of later. But when they wasn't giving none of it to them, they even, they didn't show up with the visuals and stuff no more, or have anything to
Yeah.
do with them because they felt that, you know, they wasn't doing what's right for Don and Candace, as in making them more richer off their
Right.
daughters back.
That's crazy,
But
isn't it?
yeah, it is. And and then I think the only reason that they really kept going to the other church where Robin and them are is
Mhm.
due to the fact that, they started going there because they wanted to look good in the eyes of child services that was always on their ass at that particular time, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
And that's what a lot of these people do that get child protective services on them,
Mhm.
is they try to get, um they try to bond with a church family to kind of back them, and
Manipulate. Right.
right, to back them and being good parents and everything.
Mhm.
So, you know, they, I have to say one thing about the Wells. They're pretty damn, criminally minded and
Oh
criminally
yeah.
minded, educated also, you know,
Street smart. Yes.
absolutely,
Mhm.
they're a couple of real snakes,
Mhm.
they're real snakes, and I'm not talking about little ones. They big ass snakes. They know what the hell they're doing when it
Oh
comes to,
yeah.
manipulation and shit. Absolutely.
Mhm. Playing games. They like to play
Oh,
games.
oh yeah. And what they had to learn. I mean, these are people that was living out of the back of a van, um, needing to. I mean, they are used to taking people to the cleaners, right?
Yep.
With a sad song, you know.
Yeah.
Don and Candace are exactly, all around the world, sad song. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That, they're just, they're bad news.
Manipulators. Yep.
Yeah, they're definitely fucking bad news.
Mhm.
And they got the missing child that, um, Donald could have settled this long time ago and didn't. And, that's basically what pissed me off to the max. Um,
Yeah.
because blood thicker than water. That's his little girl, and and she's a child, and as you said, she could not defend herself. And fuck Candace or whoever
Yep.
did what they did to this little girl. Fuck them. What I'm
Mhm.
trying to say is, Donald should be for his daughter and no one else, but for his
Mhm.
daughter. And one day he's going to realize that he should have been for his children and no one else because those children are his blood, you know?
Mhm.
And he sees how much Candace gives a fuck about him because she couldn't wait his ass got put in prison, jail, isolation, and to be with Benny Keys, who didn't show up, and she freaking moved to Ernie, right?
Mhm.
And I mean,
She was in love with Benny
she
Keys.
act like a full blown fucking horn dog for both of them, right?
She did.
And this man sitting in prison, that's what you're going to be for instead of your daughter, you dumb motherfucker.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
No
I mean,
brains at all there. No
it
brains at all. I think Donald Wells is special fucking ed. I hate to say that, but I really think the dude is special ed.
probably Candace too.
Well, yeah, I think, but I don't think she's as special ed as him. He's a real freaking moron in my book.
Uh, well, Candace, if anybody could have got the truth out of Candace, I have to say Benny Keys, because she was hot to trot for him. That's my opinion, though.
Right?
Because I don't even think Ernie could have got it more. If Benny would have played his cards right, he could have got her to admit. I
Right.
feel eventually. Maybe take one for the team. I don't know. For Gordon. Maybe, yeah.
Flip flop. Ziggy's trying to get a hold of me. Um, no, I didn't know. What for? Do you know?
Well,
Yeah, the whales are snakes in the grass.
they are.
Absolutely snakes in the grass. And you gotta be careful. You gotta be real careful. I mean, I sit back, I seen them biting a few people. I mean,
Mhm.
they had a lot of people. They was a lot of people. It was sad. It was very sad. My heart can't let me get into things like that. I'm not that type of person. I am not. I don't know how people go along with evilness because I don't do it. I mean, my
Right,
God won't let me do it.
right.
God whooped my ass, and I know it.
Mhm,
So I don't get into none of that evilness. But I
mhm,
sit there and I just, I just was so hard to watch all of the, and I even after I came out, I was trying to tell everybody what these whales were doing to them and stuff, and they would turn on me instead of the fucking snakes that was using them up and abusing them.
wow.
I was like, you know what? So I was like, you know what, motherfucker, I'm just gonna sit back now and watch. I'm gonna just let it take its toll because I know what's gonna happen. And
Exactly.
as it did, as it did. But you can't
Mhm.
tell some people, you can't forewarn some
You
people.
can't.
You can't. They think they got it all. I'm a grown ass man or grown ass, okay, hun. You be
Mhm.
that grown ass person because you about to
Yep.
get fucked up. And as they
Yep.
did, because I knew what they were dealing with. I did.
Mhm.
And some people you can't hit off though. That's why,
Mhm.
it's very important when people like I have a lot of good supporters here, and I have a whole lot of people that love PG, and they give me heads up in my emails all
Mhm.
the time, and I listen. Believe it or not, PG listens because you know
Oh
what?
yeah.
I got common fucking sense to know that if somebody's going to take their time to hit me up and give me the heads up, God bless you, and I'm
Yeah.
going to take heed. I'm not an idiot, man, because
Right.
people know what they're talking about,
Right.
and it is what it is. Smart people don't have to put their foot in shit to
Right.
know it's there. You know, they don't have to.
Absolutely.
They don't have to step in shit to know it's there. They,
Right.
common sense tells you, if there's dogs running around the yard, there's dog shit somewhere, and you want to take heed and make sure you don't step in it, right?
Right. Right. You're
That's
right, Trevor.
you see somebody else step in it, you don't go fucking follow them through it. You back off.
Yep.
Man, glad that happened to you instead of me.
Right. Mhm.
you know,
Yes.
it just is what it is.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's the truth. It is. It's.
It is because dog shit's hard to get off.
Mhm. It is.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you what, Miss Daisy. I just, I just, I am not gonna lie. I just throw my shoes in the trash. I cannot even. I can't. I mean, I know a lot of people spray it off with a water hose or whatever. Fuck, I can't do it. They got to
Really?
go in. I don't care if I have a $5 pair of shoes on my feet until I
Mhm.
can get a better pair. I would trash them. I mean, I don't
Wow.
care. I can't do it. It's just
Are you
so disgusting.
obsessive compulsive? Are you like a
I'm a
like you?
germophobic.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah.
a germophobic, and I just can't do it.
Yeah, my daughter's a germophobic, and she is like exactly like you do.
Yeah,
She
it's
can't.
like,
She
mm.
don't touch doorknobs or anything.
Oh, I mean, I turn doorknobs and things like that, but I don't
Mhm.
have a problem doing that because I'm always wiping mine down with Pine Sol alcohol.
Mhm.
You know, it's something. I'm
Yeah.
always cleaning I keep my windows, doors, everything. I mean, people deliver a package, if it's just on the porch for at least an hour before I go out to get it because I don't know what the hell's on it, right?
Right. I mean, that's true.
Then I use a mask and gloves to open it and get the stuff out of it, and that box goes directly to the garbage. I
That's
mean,
smart. That's really smart.
you know,
Cause they send so much stuff.
I take no risk. I
I
don't
don't
take no
blame you.
risk. Um, don't put your guard down.
No
But
way.
I went, out to Tennessee, um, because I wanted to know why. Really, I just wanted to a chance to see if Candace, supposedly was taking those kids all over the place and so forth and so on, and people were making accusations about different areas there and selling, meeting up with people and all kinds of weird stuff. I mean, a bunch of conspiracies, which I figured was before I even went to do all of that. But,
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to know yourself, right?
Mhm.
You got to do what you got to do.
Right.
And I went there to, took my kids too, which, I wish I wouldn't have.
Mhm.
But that's where we got that shit from because I let my guard down and
Oh.
ended up sick as fuck
Oh
when I
wow.
got back. But, you know,
Wow.
I fully understood. I fully understood, you know, her traveling and stuff. It wasn't to sell any kid or anything. It was the fact that Tennessee's just so damn beautiful. I mean, it's a
It
place, it's like a place of light. It's a place where you just
is.
want to travel around and do stuff, right?
Yeah. It's
I
a lot
mean,
of farms
don't get
down
me
there.
wrong. Me and my kids had a blast. I mean, we had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And, a lot of fun. But the
Mhm.
thing is,
Did you
um,
go to Pigeon Forge?
we went all over. We was all
Wow.
over the place. We went from one end to the other and from that end back again.
Oh wow.
So it was awesome. And
Good.
yeah, it was really awesome. But yeah, like I said, man, I ain't never seen such a lit up place in my life.
Mhm.
It's so freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And I mean, it's like you got party, you got the party on one side and then you got the beauty on the other, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
it was just amazing.
I know what
And
you're saying.
yeah, absolutely. It
Like.
it was just something to see and
Mhm.
um and really explore. I
Mhm.
mean, I've been there before, you know, um I've been down before
Mhm.
this, but I was just, basically in the one area of, um there in
Houston.
Hawkins County and around,
Yeah.
right there where I wasn't, all over. At that time I had an agenda to do
Mhm.
and to get it done. And you know, but that time I just had that need one end to
Mhm.
the other. It was really,
Mhm.
you know, I
Yeah.
needed to
It's
know.
Kingsport is probably and Kingsport and there's another part that. is probably the shittiest parts of Tennessee. I mean, I'm not gonna say shitty, but like I don't like it because it's too mountainy, and I if I wanted
It
to live in the
it
mountains,
it
I'd
it
go back
is
to
it
Florida.
it is crappy. It
Mhm.
is very crappy. Um,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna tell you, I stayed at a hotel
Mhm.
and had to call the law twice in one night because someone tried to
Really?
get in. Absolutely fucking
Oh
did.
my goodness.
That's the truth.
Prayer
And
garden.
and trust me, the next day we was out that fucking hotel.
Well, if you ever get doing that again and you get in a bad spot, you call me. I'm not far. I'll come get you.
If I knew that, you'd been come get me.
I would brought you here and let your kids play with my critters.
Oh, they'd have loved that. Boy, they
Yeah,
had a blast. They had a blast. I mean, you know,
Pigeon
but
Forge is so fun. I don't.
all coming back was terrible because
Mhm.
I was down through there. I'm telling you, Miss Daisy, we was flying through there. I was doing 80 or more at some points.
Mhm.
No, nobody, nobody stopped us. No
Wow.
police at all.
Oh no, no. I don't see a whole lot myself on
Law
84.
enforcement, law enforcement. I did see some. I did see some cops in a couple other states, but I did not see any going through Tennessee at all.
I bet you didn't see no signs of summer neither, did you?
Except the only ones I saw. No, no, absolutely, I did not see no billboards. I seen billboards of fucking Elvis Presley. Believe it or not, I seen billboards of all kinds of things, but I did not see any big billboards flashing or running through or anything of any missing children. Not
Right.
no missing children
Yep.
down through there.
Yep. For some of that
Yeah,
had
that was
none.
heart wrenching as well.
Mhm.
So it was crazy. But um, I can't say I seen no cops because I did see the cop twice at the hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did see
Lord.
that.
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I pack
Oh
and
yeah. Heck yeah.
you know, and I'm like, you know, buddy, I'm not saving myself. I'm saving your ass because if you come through that
Exactly.
door, you're going to get put back out of it for damn
Uh
sure.
huh.
But
Yep.
I called the police for for them, not for me.
Exactly. Exactly. I watched a thing on one of them doorbell ones where this boy was trying to break in his girlfriend's house on broad daylight, and her daddy was just telling him, get away," and he about got through the door before he got shot and killed. He shot and killed him.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
Yep.
And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I heard about that, and
Well, I'm glad you got to come down this way, Prayer Garden. I'm glad you got to enjoy the. A majority of this part of Tennessee is pasture and dairy farms or beef farms in this area. A lot of
it,
farm area.
it's a lot of beauty down there.
It
Uh,
really
uh,
is.
I mean, the land in some places just is like you know, it's like in the hills, and
Mhm.
it's just as far as the eye can see. I mean, you can actually get this, you know, wonder where the land and the sky ends at the end of
Mhm.
all of it. And
Yeah.
that's something of you that a lot of people in inner cities and everything that they ain't never going to get a opportunity to see,
Oh no.
is God's art, his real
Yeah.
beauty, the way it's supposed to
Oh
be.
yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're in Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. There between Kentucky, Virginia. You can see there's a lookout up there. You can see Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee, all three states on that lookout.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't get to view all of that. Um,
Mhm.
I didn't even know if there was a lookout where you could do that at, or we'd have
Mhm.
been there.
It's
Um,
near where Tennessee Shine is. I know she lives closer to.
I know Kentucky, and I know West Virginia, Virginia, Kentucky like the back of my hand.
Mhm.
Um, all of that for sure.
Mhm.
Um, Especially Kentucky.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, a I definitely know Kentucky very well, but
Mhm.
Tennessee. Um, like I said, it ain't my first time in Tennessee for sure, but it's first time that I really went from one end to the other and all the way back through it again. Um,
Wow.
you know,
Mhm.
and really took note how just breathtaking it is from other states. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
it has a light and a shine of its own.
Mhm. It
It
does.
definitely has a light and a shine of its own.
It really does.
And and I can't blame Candace for not wanting, for wanting to explore it. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to? It just, man, I promise you, um, that place, that's just a place that, you wake up wanting to do shit, right?
Mhm. Yep.
You just wake up wanting to I mean, it's like Florida. Florida is another place that, just gives you energy.
Yeah.
It's a place that, it's like it gives you life. It
Mhm.
breathes life into people. It
Yes,
just
ma'am.
something about, something. Florida's another place
Mhm.
that just has so much um energy. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, Florida's not as beautiful as Tennessee. By no means. It is not as beautiful as Tennessee. But it is a
Mhm.
place that there is so much to always be doing.
Oh yeah. I love the ocean in Florida. That's what I
Yeah,
love the most.
yeah, it's a place where you want to get out of bed, you want to get things done, you want to
Mhm.
do stuff, and um,
Mhm.
just I mean, it's a place you could go, go, go.
Mhm.
90. I don't know. Maybe I got ADHD. I have no damn idea, but
Mhm.
um, I am high strung, high wired, and
Mhm.
everything, constantly moving. But you know, I mean, what I'm trying to say is I've been in some states where shut the fucking windows, you don't want to get out of bed all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just a dark, it's just like nothing to damn do, right?
Mhm.
It's like, wow, why'd I even come here? What am I doing?
Mhm.
Um, this is crazy. This place is just shit town, right?
Mhm.
Um, but Tennessee ain't like that. Florida ain't like that. There's just
Mm.
I mean California.
Mhm.
California is a beautiful place, but it's like you want to go home.
Yeah.
You want to go home, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's the difference. That's what I'm saying. Um Florida, you don't want to it ain't a place you want to go home. Tennessee, you could stay there forever.
Mhm.
There's just some
Yeah.
places, you know, they feel like home, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't hard for me to I mean, like,
Make the transgression.
yeah, yeah. Because Harlan's
Exactly.
like so dark and so dull, and there's absolutely
Huh.
nothing there.
Harlem, Kentucky is like there's a song about
Mm.
Harlem. And the
Oh,
sun
Lord.
comes up. The sun comes up at
Well,
10 in the morning, goes down at 3 in the day.
you know,
That's the real shit too.
Christine, that one of my mods, she came to Harlan to Evelyn's restaurant, and she was like, "Wow, this is really Boone Holler." I said, "Yes, it is,"
It is.
because she
I
lost
mean,
service and everything. But I
I
stayed depressed all the time when I was there. I stayed depressed.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, Harlem. Oh hell, who wouldn't?
I
I
know.
mean,
I
you
know.
you in Harlem is some bitter brew you're drinking, right?
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, you have to drink a lot of cups of that fucking mud to keep going.
I'm telling you,
You
it's
need that coffee, right?
yeah. It was definitely messing with my mental health, like real bad being there.
Yeah, and I tell you, man, that song is truthful. I mean,
It
I don't know
is.
if you ever, I don't know if you ever heard the song, but
Oh
whoever
yeah, I
whoever
can
wrote
sing
that
it.
song knew Harlem.
Yeah. Brad Paisley sings that song, and Patty Loveless sung it. Both of them sung that at one time.
Yeah.
Uh, I ought to get Ricky Beaver to sing it for us. Have you ever heard of Ricky Beaver?
I know.
He comes up on my panel all the time. He's a blind guy that sings country music,
Right.
and I get him to sing all the time when he comes up there. I'm gonna get him to sing "Never Leave Harlan
Yeah.
Alive."
It's called You'll Never Leave Harlem Alive. Absolutely.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um,
Lord have mercy.
they,
Well,
they, they, they read on the tombstone. You
it's
never
the
leave
truth.
Harlem alive.
It's so the truth.
It is.
But
I'm telling you, because you feel like you're stuck in the mud there, right? You
there's
feel like you're
nothing
stuck in the
there.
mud there, and like I mean, actually, I agree with you. I think Harlem's the worst place in Kentucky. Um,
It is. There's a little place
because
named Hyden next to it that might be kind of bad.
I mean, because everywhere else. I mean, no matter what holler you live in down there in Kentucky, there's
hmm
usually a lot of life in there. A
Yeah.
lot of people. I mean, them folks don't stay in the house on computers all day. Them folks
No.
get out. They get out and they talk, and I mean, they go to town and meet up
hmm
and drink coffee and and chit chat and um
hmm
there's a lot to do. There's always a lot of kids and a lot of teens and a lot of young adults. um Most everybody in them hollers go to church too,
Yeah, they
and
do.
that's the one thing, that's God's country.
Oh yeah.
And they definitely get their churching down there.
hmm
And so the
They do.
point being is um there's a lot of life
Yeah.
around you.
Oh
But
yeah.
in Harlem, no life. No
Mm-mm.
life,
Well, they shut the
um
coal mines down. When they did that, it took a lot of people's jobs.
oh yeah.
My husband
Yeah.
worked as a coal miner. He retired as a coal miner.
A lot of folks ran out of there. Um
hmm
a lot of folks ran out of there due to the fact that, it's just, if you don't own a mom and pop store, or some kind of, if you don't have some kind of little market, or little restaurant, or
hmm
something, you just ain't gonna make it, right?
No, the poverty is real bad there.
I mean, and it's more of a retirement state kind of thing now, than
hmm
and the hospitals are pure shit.
Oh, it's horrible.
And that's all the way through Kentucky. I mean, it's not just in Harlem. I mean, that's all the way through Kentucky. I mean, if
Mhm.
somebody's sick, you're probably going to have to go over state lines to get care, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, that's
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 true.
that's the big thing.
Yeah.
The hospitals, just, there is not good care in
Mm-mm.
Kentucky. That's the big thing. But I
I do
don't
think
know.
Tennessee hospitals are better, but
Now Virginia has beautiful everything. Virginia
oh,
has money. I mean, it's money
it's
in
a commune up
Virginia.
there. I wouldn't live in Virginia. My sister lives in Virginia. And my nephew, I wouldn't live in Virginia if it was the last state in the country because it's communist.
Well,
It,
communist or not, it's got good hospitals. People got
they
lots of
do.
money, lots of
That's true.
jobs, working.
You
It's
can't drive through
it
without getting
booms.
a ticket.
I'm gonna tell you, law. Yes, absolutely. The
They'll
law
take you
don't
to
play
jail
with
over
you there.
anything. Yeah.
They don't play. I mean, you will walk the line or get the hell out of Virginia, right?
Yeah, and my sister has to get her cars inspected and has to have a driver's tag on the front and the back, and her tires have to be even. And
Right.
Harlan, you could drive anything in Harlan and it'll be all
Yeah.
right. you
You could
know,
come up. You come up through there with a horse and fucking buggy. Nobody say
yeah,
nothing.
yeah, there you go. I've seen worse than a horse and a buggy before. People's using their Chevettes as trucks, putting their furniture on top of them, and
Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies all the way.
That's funny stuff. Yeah, everything. That's the one thing you say about Kentucky, but Kentucky's out of control, man. There's a lot of drugs,
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of criminal activity going on.
Hmm.
I mean, that's a place that, put it this way, um, if you ain't from there, you better be very careful in there.
Yeah, that is
you
true.
know,
Hmm.
you better, you got to be from there to survive, especially now.
Yeah, that's true. The drugs are real bad in that
Oh,
area.
I
Real,
know,
real bad.
especially opioids. They took it
Yeah.
over.
My husband was going to work one morning, and there at one of the gas stations, a guy that he worked with went in the store and come out. And they was a prostitute sitting in his car, and he's like, "Get out of my car!" She wouldn't get out of his car, and he had to call the
Right.
law on her.
Exactly.
She was wanting to go on with him. They walked the
Cops pulled
streets
up
and
and said, "What? You didn't pay her?"
yeah, probably would. That's
Oh
crazy.
shit!
I've seen so much crazy stuff there. Oh my lord,
I'm
people's
gonna tell
crazy.
you, it is, and I'm gonna tell you one thing about you know the folks in in West Virginia, Kentucky, Virginia, all over that area.
Mhm.
Um, the one thing about all of them folks is, you know, a lot of people think that those people are uneducated and everything else, but
Oh
no,
yeah.
those people are very damn well educated.
Oh yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you, be very. I mean, you want to talk about some rattlers? You better be very careful when you're dealing with those folks because you ain't pulling nothing over on them unless they
Yeah.
want to let you pull it, right?
Right. That's true, but they are a lot of people that's educated that just
They smart
that
as hell.
they gets thrown under the bus because they're from Kentucky.
Yeah,
And,
they're they're
and
they're
yeah.
they're very intelligent. Yeah, I know exactly. I know the feeling because um, you know, I got that twang and worked so
Mhm.
hard to, get rid of it because
Mhm.
you're not respected when you've got that twang going on.
Yeah.
In your voice and so forth and so on.
Mhm.
People, sometimes you have to speak proper. You have to speak, highly
Mhm.
educated, and you've got to get rid of that backwood vocabulary, as they say.
Right.
You
That's
know,
hard to do.
it, it takes a lot of work. Trust me,
Mhm.
a lot of work, and
Mhm.
especially when you're used to, you know, using that
Yeah.
certain vocabulary your whole life.
Oh
When you
yeah.
growed up, you know, um, planting flowers and washing windows, and you know, um,
Yeah.
not you wasn't worried about how you talk. That's just, the way you was,
I
the
call
way
my
you
daughter Mama
right.
because she reminds me of a little Mama. So I call her Mama. That's just what we do. We call them, everybody's got two names.
Everybody's got a nickname. Everybody's got a
Everybody got,
nickname.
everybody's got a
Yeah.
nickname.
And those, I guess I can't say those. I got to say we,
Mhm.
us folks,
Mhm.
um, just have a certain way of living, a way of talking, and a way of doing, right?
Mhm.
And we try to stick as close to God. We fear the Lord,
Oh
you know,
yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
we're God fearing good people, but don't fuck with us, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the thing. Don't.
Most people from
Um,
the South do carry though, don't they?
they do. They,
Mhm.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I got people that in my family from the North that carry. It's not South, just South anymore.
Exactly. I mean, you know, you just, you know, you carry because you care.
Mhm.
You, and we're living in a world today where you ain't got a choice but to stay on the defensive, right?
Mhm.
Even when you're driving, I mean, you don't have to look out just for your, you know, um, other people, but you got to look out for yourself now as well because other people ain't looking out for you.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's like no one's
Mhm.
getting common fucking sense anymore. People come out of a store and they walk right out on to, right out in front of the fucking car. I mean, what happened to the
Mhm.
time when people come out of a store and they have respect for the vehicles and they wait, they watched where they were going so they didn't get their ass ran over.
Right.
I mean, these people today just,
Have you watched
feel
that
like,
YouTube?
they can strut that ass wherever
Mhm.
they please. And, and then they wonder why they end up getting ran over or get hurt or something happens, right? Well,
Mhm.
use your brain,
Right.
you
Have you
know.
watched that YouTube channel where that boy goes in to stores and asks people to quote one Bible verse and then he'd give them like 20 or $50? And a lot of people will say no and walk away. Some people won't even speak. Like, why are you asking me that? And then finally, after going through all kinds of people, someone does quote the Bible verse.
Amen.
Yeah. But there's so many that he goes through that won't even speak to him. And I thought, how mean and cruel is this world got that you think you're better to not even speak to a human being?
Well, the Bible verse that should have been quoted is, you know, don't don't walk in the path of the ungodly, right?
Yeah.
Don't sit with the scorners and
Yeah.
the unrighteous folks. I mean,
Mhm.
what you don't understand is, you've got Psalms 1. Psalms 1. I mean, don't put yourself in the position of those kind of people, and that's what this particular person was doing. He was, and
Mhm.
he was showing people how easy it is to put yourself in that position real fast. You
Mhm.
know, they should have been quoting, don't let your feet be swift to run to trouble.
Mhm.
I mean, the Bible, if you live by the Bible, you'll live a good, righteous life.
Yep.
I
I
mean, there
agree.
isn't no other book in the world
Mhm.
that can educate you better than the
Mhm.
Bible can
Yep.
educate you. Especially,
And
a lot of people read it. A lot of people read it, but there's a difference between reading and understanding.
right there
You
you go.
know,
Mhm.
you got to read to understand, and that's how you
Mhm.
learn.
Yep. Yep. That's true. And you'll live a blessed life. He'll give you your heart desire if
You
you.
know, a lot of people just don't. I find that a lot most
Mhm.
humans that um ain't doing the righteous thing. I took note that they you know, don't have no common sense. They
Mhm.
lack common sense. It's something that's free and everyone
Mhm.
should have, but it went out the window somewhere. I don't know when it got
Yeah.
out the window, but it fucking got out the window.
Yep.
Along with morals, kindness,
Mhm.
love, respect, that all went out the window somewhere.
Mhm.
And it got replaced with hatred and envy and all the things that
Mhm.
we're not supposed to have.
Yep.
But the thing is, Miss Daisy, is and the sad thing is that I find in this world is how many times in the Bible did Jesus tell us that he's his own person? How many times did he tell us that, like he told, the lady that fell to the ground, get up, don't, and others, he
Mhm.
said, don't, you know, get on your knees for me, but only for the Father that are in heaven. How many times, did he tell people that, he's going to be at the right hand of the Father, right? He will be sitting
Mhm.
at the right hand of the Father. How can he be sitting at the right hand of the Father if he was the Father? Um,
Right.
there's so many people that doesn't have these three are one. It means that God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit are one, but
Mhm.
like a man and a woman in marriage are one, but they're two different people, right?
Right. I
And
agree.
people don't seem to be able to understand that. And when they
Mhm.
follow the wrong way, a lot of folks are going to be going down to hell, right? Because you
Mhm.
didn't believe righteously. And that's a scary thought. And there's a lot of churches
Mhm.
that are leading people to believe the wrong way, and that's just and what did God get mad about? People worshiping statues, right? I mean,
Mhm.
he don't bow down to no statues, but what does the Catholic Church do? They've got Saint Mary, Saint Paul, Saint Peter,
Mhm.
Saint everybody. I mean, no,
Mhm.
no, no, no. You better have God. You better have God and
Yep.
Jesus Christ, because through Jesus, through the Son, you reach the Father. And the only way to the Father is through the Son, which is Jesus Christ, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you
Yep.
have to pray through Jesus for God to hear you.
Right. Right.
And why would you have to pray through Jesus for God to hear you if
Mhm.
Jesus was God, or God was Jesus? I mean, that's just insane. But
Right.
common sense again, right?
Mhm.
Common sense, but most folks don't have it, and it's a scary thought.
Oh, me and my grandson was talking about that today, and it's a touchy subject about these pronouns and non-binaries. Have you heard of that?
What was it?
People are non-binary. That means they're pronouns. They're not a man or a woman. They're they're a they
I'm gonna
them.
tell you, Miss Daisy. It's that gender stuff, right?
I
And
think so.
you know, even in animals know what gender they are.
Mhm.
Why can't and humans supposed to have domain over everything, right? But yet
Mhm.
they losing domain over their own sexuality.
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
It's so complicated. It's like
I mean, when you get so damn confused, you don't know what you got downstairs. You might should go see somebody that can help you out, right?
right.
Like a
I
good
just
damn
don't.
psychiatrist.
But the thing is, they're
I'm
trying
gonna
to
tell
force
you,
us. I probably shouldn't talk about it because it's
God don't
controversial.
make mistakes, Miss Daisy.
I'm.
Whatever you were born to be, that's what you are. And
Yeah.
and no matter how much you want to change it, it is
Mhm.
what it is, right?
That's true.
I
And
mean, what I'm saying is you can get your business took off. It ain't gonna make you a woman. And you can
no.
have one added to you if you are a woman, it ain't gonna make you a man. You're
Yeah,
still
you
gonna be a woman.
biologically are
I mean, you
a
can't ever change it. You can't
no.
ever change it,
Like
and why can't you change it? Because that ain't what God made you, and it wasn't what you're supposed to be. Be what
right,
God made you, and be happy that He made you what He made you.
right,
The problem with the world today is people are not happy with what God made them.
right.
and that's just weird.
Hmm.
That's weird.
It's a
I
spirit of
mean,
confusion.
you know, like
It's
folks,
confusion.
the people go get their poked in their face and everything with needles, um, you know, and end up looking like some distorted monster and everything else, um, it's crazy that they, because they're not happy with the way they look. Grow old gracefully. Every dog has its day, right?
Right.
Every dog has its day. And you had your childhood, you had your teenhood, you
Hmm.
had your young adulthood, you had your day. Grow old gracefully. You
Hmm.
know, um, people don't know how to do that anymore. They don't know how to let the other generations take over and
Hmm.
compliment them and make them feel good about themselves. Well,
Hmm.
they're growing old gracefully, and to meet their maker that made them in the end. And
Right.
it's just disgusting, right? The body's our
Hmm.
temple.
Hmm.
Um, you know, God made it. God knowed what it was going to look like from birth to death, right?
Hmm.
And and it was beautiful to him. Why ain't it beautiful to us?
Right.
It's just sad that
He made a
people can't accept
perfection.
things.
He made us perfect. It's
He
us that
did
messed it
in
up.
every way. And what people don't understand is they're too busy looking at the outside to not perfect what God, where you really should be perfecting yourself is on the inside, right?
Hmm.
If
Yep.
if you don't love if you don't love yourself, you can here's my thing. If you don't love yourself, you can't love others.
Right. I agree.
You gotta love love starts with you. It
Hmm.
starts with you. If you love yourself, you love everybody. You
Hmm.
have, when you look in the mirror and say, "Damn, I love what I see."
Hmm.
You're going to love everything and everybody around you because you ain't going to have no envy or anything because you do love yourself. You know who
Right.
you are,
Yeah.
and just so many people are unhappy with who they are, and they try to make everyone else around them fucking unhappy as well, right?
Yeah. They try to be something that they're not,
Right, right. And
and it's
like
making
they
them
say, you
miserable.
don't have to lie to kick it, man. Just be who you are and people will
Hmm.
love you. You're always
Yeah.
going to have haters no matter what. Don't try to
Oh
please,
yeah.
I don't try to please anybody. What I need to please is God, you
Hmm.
know, Almighty and myself. And
Yep.
that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, please God first
Hmm.
and doing his will, be more of him and less of you
Hmm.
because we are of flesh down here and being us, we don't want to get mad, we want to get even, right?
Yeah.
Well, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So therefore, that ain't the mind frame we're supposed to have. Even though we want to have it, we can't have it. What we need to do is let God handle the evilness in this world, and
Hmm.
we just need to, you know, do God's will, and His will is to treat everyone and anyone with the love, kindness, caring, and sharing and respect that we would want others to do for us. The Bible says, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." As you would have them.
Right.
It doesn't say as they do unto you, because if that was the case, whoa, baby, look out. But it's and that's one of your tests and testimonies is in this world is, are you doing that? Are you strong enough, a big enough and strong enough person to treat people the way you want to be treated instead of the way they're treating you, where
Right.
what they are, and I want to be better than them, and I am better than them because I wouldn't treat nobody the way they treat me, right?
Right. Right.
And right
100%.
there, you've already won the battle.
That's right, Miss Pergarden. You're right.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely right. Uh, Jesus come for love. He came for us to
Yes,
love
he
you
did.
too. You love them. You love me. You know.
Love is
So love
patient,
me
love
until
is
love them.
kind. It
Mhm.
does not envy, it does not boast, it is not
Mhm.
proud, it is not rude, it is not self seeking, it is
Mhm.
not easily angered. No,
Right.
none of that, It keeps record of no wrongs. It does not
Absolutely.
delight in evil, but it rejoices. It
Mhm.
rejoices in the truth. Always protects, always trusts, always hopes,
Mhm.
always preserves, and does not ever fail. Right?
Yep. And never fear, because God didn't give us the spirit of fear. That comes
Nope.
from the enemy.
Nope. Fear not,
Mhm.
for the Lord is always with you.
Mhm.
Always. You know, what do
Mhm.
you have to fear? And what do you have to fear? Death?
Uh,
No. Because see, I'm gonna live forever. Hopefully
mhm.
I'm gonna live forever. I do cuss a little bit. Hopefully God will forgive me
I
for
do
that.
too, Prayer Garden. I
But
do
you know
too.
what? Um, I don't I don't worship any other gods because I only got one God. There's only one,
Absolutely.
and that's the one I
Amen.
worship and love
Yep.
and loves me back. And
Mhm.
I don't blaspheme against no Holy Spirit because
Mm.
for one, I really don't understand what that is, but I know I don't
Mhm.
do it. And I don't worship idols or anything like that.
Mhm.
Absolutely not. Um, I don't bear false witness against my neighbors. I don't do that. If I don't know for sure what I'm talking about, I don't talk because it's wrong.
Right. That's
Um, you
right.
know, I don't lie. I don't steal. I, you know,
Mhm.
I just try to stick with that 10 Commandments, and you'll live a wonderful life, right?
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, if somebody um comes at me sideways or attacks me or whatever, to the point that I did have to do something violent to them. Well,
Mhm.
I didn't do it to them. They did it to themselves. You know,
That's right.
they they did it to themselves. They need to be smart enough to realize that, I didn't come at them. They came at me and I had every right to defend myself. And yes, absolutely. I will lay down and go to sleep and sleep comfortably because, I know that God allows us to defend ourselves against evilness because the Bible says if you knew a thief was coming, you would have waited up, right?
Mhm.
You would have waited
Yep.
up. I mean, I
That's
give
like me.
people the respect I want, and all I ask for is that same respect back, right?
Right. That's like me and Jinkies. We fight all the time. We don't ever get the. We're fighting right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You kicked her off your panel.
We're two different people, Prayer Garden. We're just two different people.
You're two different people, but
Mhm.
you know what? At the end of the day, you love your sister to death and she loves you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You
But we
know,
fight. Oh my gosh.
and you know, husband and wives fight a lot too, but they love each
Mhm.
other to death.
That's true.
Kids and parents fight all the time, but they love each other to death, right?
Mhm. That's
And
true.
not only that, Miss Daisy, but where we come from, where we come from, you know, that's how we are.
Mhm.
We can talk any way we damn well please about the people we love, but you better
Mhm.
not talk about them, right?
There you go. Yeah, that's how it goes, ain't it?
It's just what it is, right?
Right. You're right. Absolutely. But Prayer Garden, I took my medicine. And I'm pretty sure they've heard me snoring here. I caught myself snoring just a second ago. I'm dozing off.
Oh,
So
God bless you, Miss Daisy.
I appreciate you letting me come up here and talk and stuff. And come over anytime, and I'll come up and visit some more. But we had a good conversation.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I love you, Miss Daisy.
I love you too, Prayer Garden. And have a good weekend.
You too, sweetie.
All
Good
right. Good night,
night.
everybody. Good night, Prayer Garden.
I love that woman. She's so sweet. Um, yeah, I'm gonna play out two songs tonight. I'm playing out the first one for I made this picture um for Kylie and Summer and with Jesus. And I'm gonna play out Kylie's song tonight, and then I'm going to this is the picture I made for Summer, and I'm going to play out Summer's song. So if you want to stay here and hear out their songs, you're most welcome. Um, I know everybody needs to get some sleep, and so does PG, right? PG needs to get some sleep as well. So I definitely going to ask everyone, as I do every night, please, please, please pray for Summer, and keep those prayers going up, because I know God's listening. He's going to answer. Absolutely, He's going to answer, and keep those prayers going up for one another. Sweet Norway, Tennessee Shine, um, and all the rest that are, you know, a lot of people sick right now. Wisconsin Mama, let's keep her in our prayers, and everyone else. And if everyone doing well, let's pray that they continue to do well. Yes, and let's pray for Kylie and her family, because right now is a crucial time, and I know they need all the prayers they could get as well. That God helps them through all of this tragedy, right? And she has a younger sister, and let's pray for her, because this is going to be super hard on the family. So let's keep those prayers going up for the ones that need them, right? And I'm going to put on their songs now. God bless and good night, everyone.